We just talked to a rabbit.
For quite a bit. For a long time.
We are a go.
Okay.
He's just calling her on the phone.
Yeah. Hi, I think this is gonna stand in for Skype today.
You may want to turn that off though. Because if she's gonna be on the phone with hearing the music and us, don't you think it's gonna be kind of...
I don't think she can hear the music. Can you hear the music? Ardith Bay?
She can't even hear you.
Can't even hear Ziggy. How is she gonna hear the music, Mark?
Okay.
So very true.
Yep.
I'll be this guy.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now we just
Now,
need
there
one.
might not be any combat in this session, so
It's possible.
That's true.
It's never a
keep that
guarantee.
in mind.
Yep.
You think this guy's not going to make an appearance? Look at him.
I'm just saying.
You think you know?
Does it say who this is? What this is?
No, that's just
This looks like an Urukai.
Gorilla Man?
Gorilla Man.
Ardith
Horde
Bay.
zombie.
Hordes
Oh, wow.
Is this a good time for your scouting thing, or should we start with something else? Okay. Because basically, I'm just looking for when there's a good window for you, so you can just resolve your situation.
This would be better because I just put this in.
Okay. So, do you recall your situation as of the end of last session?
Yes. I am in a tree. A very fortuitous tree.
Yep.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Does not sound like a good time.
Well, it is, I think.
No, I mean like
Just
what,
didn't
what
set the
she's
time
doing.
right, yeah. Oh, I see, yeah.
I'm in a fortuitous tree, and there is a scouting group of like 6 orcs
Yes.
who have decided to camp under my tree.
Yes, and you use the word camp. Right now it's about mid-afternoon. It looks like they're stopping. It's difficult to determine for how long, but you see that apart from their weapons, they don't seem to have very much in the way of supplies.
Okay.
What would Ardith Bay do in this situation?
Ardith Bay is going to become one with the tree
Okay.
and not engage, be as stealthy as possible.
Okay. That is what you want to do?
Yes.
Alright. No stealth roll required. That will just carry over from your nature crit. And you glean... basically, I'll summarize the nature of the conversation that you overhear, because, as I mentioned, the orcs are kind of chatting, jabbing at each other in the common tongue. Okay. So... they comment how gentle the terrain seems here and how it shapes weak people. At a number of times they reference they're under orders from a Major Gorzog. And you get the impression that they do not seem to respect this Major Gorzog too much. There's a theme that he's too cautious, and he's called a milk drinker a number of times. They further express disappointment not encountering any fools or prey upon the road, wondering if this town that they're about to attack will even be worth it after what meager slaves and plunder they took from their last raid. And a final comment that they make is that they better get those ships built before they move on to the great city in the south that they mentioned a few times. So they have plans.
By name?
What's that?
Do they call the city in the south by name, or do they just say the city in the south?
They do not ever use the name Autumndale or Blue Cape, although from your knowledge of geography, that is what you assume would be the two towns they're discussing, but they either do not have the knowledge of what the towns are called themselves, or just don't use them at this time.
So they said that the boats better get built.
Yeah, it sounds like they don't have boats right now, or some sort of workforce is working on boats for them.
Okay. I comprehend.
Okay. They linger underneath that tree for about half an hour, and then they pack themselves up again and begin moving swiftly away to the southeast.
So that would be towards Autumndale.
Correct.
Okay.
Do you follow them? Do you remain where you are? Do you want to try and intercept them, get back to Autumndale before they do, follow in their wake? Describe what Ardith Bay does next.
Are they following along, like, the river?
It seems that they're staying, from your limited observation right now, they're staying within, sight of the river, not necessarily following it.
So, based on my knowledge of the terrain,
Yes.
would there be a way that I could pass them unseen? Like,
Yes.
are there trees, or is it a mostly open area?
You can do it this way. You know that you could find a way to get out of sight of them and still beat them back, but it would involve considerable speed on your part, even for an elf who has a natural 7 for speed. So I would require a long-term athletics check from Ardith Bay to make it back to the town before they do, based on your observation.
Okay, that is what I pursue.
Okay, so I understand you have dice next to you.
I do.
Okay.
I rolled an 18, and my athletics is 3. So, 21.
I think you probably changed your character sheet, or you changed where your skills were allocated, because I have a copy of your level 1 character sheet that has an athletics of 7.
Should
Yeah,
probably-
that's not correct.
Okay. So your total roll is 21?
Yeah.
Okay. The orcs are going to make an opposing athletics roll. And I will let you know of the resolution of that later on during the session.
Okay.
But that's actually going to cover you for some time now.
Alright.
Would you like to just be party to the session, what's going on, or would you like me to just reconnect if we get to another point for Ardith Bay to hop into the picture?
I will mute myself.
Okay.
And I will listen.
Okay. Cool.
So we can't bad talk her. Got it.
Well, you just wouldn't hear her indignation
Yeah.
as you do that. So,
Alright, I'll get you
Alright.
next time.
real quickly,
Awesome.
Gold comes up to you guys.
Yep.
He says, nice day of training we had. Hopefully, you're whipping everybody into shape. I think I'm noticing some improvements, though. So your Ardith went to the north. I think she was doing like a scouting mission. As for your other two compatriots, they went off looking for that sunken ship to the east. Now, I have a bit of an experimental way of getting the two of you there if you want to fast track and join them. There are risks involved, but maybe they need your help. I think you've got the ball rolling here.
Gulk, you seem to always have interesting things. You always surprise us. How you stayed alive with all these surprises is interesting, but maybe you always let others deal with it. How you didn't know there was a dragon in that snow globe.
Right.
Well, I will chat with
So
you.
what sort of experiment are we talking about
what are the downsides?
It's a mechanical device that will fling you many miles.
Well, I look at you and look at your wings and go, you at least maybe are accustomed to this more than I am.
And you are a human cannonball.
Yeah. But I can heal myself, I guess.
Is this device like in front of us? Is this?
Can we see
You
it?
see, there's like, next to Golk's wagon, there's like a wooden catapult that's been built.
Is it magical of some sort?
He hasn't made any comments that it is.
Okay. Do we go at the same time, or does one go and then the other?
In the,
Like, is it big enough for both of us?
yeah, like, in the, God, whatever you call, just a little
Sure.
crevice where you load the
sit.
ammunition,
Yeah.
there is ample room for two.
Well,
I don't know if I want to be in this thing with you. I don't think it should matter if we're together or not, though. I think it would be better by ourselves, wouldn't it?
I don't know how much requirement it takes for this thing to send
I
us.
think I've got one shot ready,
There
One
you go.
shot.
so you should both pile in there.
YOLO?
What is this YOLO?
Does it seem like everybody is gonna rest otherwise, like from training, or they're gonna
Well,
keep...
I mean, otherwise we'll just automate your guys' day for a
Well,
little
you're
bit
right,
while
I
I
know.
jump to them. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we can
for
go.
sure.
this
yeah.
gives you an opportunity to.
We'll fly through the air. Continue the interestingness of Gulk.
He spits on his hands and rubs them together. He starts like flexing out his fingers a little bit. He says, "You guys ready?"
Ready as I'll ever be.
I send out calming waves to both of us.
All right.
It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it.
You see him. You see him like mutter under his breath for a little bit, and like there's this little like cube of negative space you see form above his hand, where it's just like this total black little box, and then out of the box a little pebble drops into his hand. He moves over to the like the firing mechanism of the catapult, and he says, "Here goes nothing," and he drops the little pebble into like the counterweight.
Sure.
I need a luck roll from just one of you. Who wants to take command of the luck roll here?
Ah, whatever. I don't care. 7.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was a 1. It was like...
7. You just launched us into the
No,
ground.
but it's not a 1.
Okay. You both get propelled high into the air with tremendous force.
Oh boy.
You see landscapes just rushing by at astonishing speed. You get lightheaded and cold as your altitude increases, and you see after about 40 seconds you're beginning to lose altitude, and you see the coastline approaching.
Brace for impact. I tell him that too.
Okay, do you have any abilities, items, spell? Just yeah,
Yeah,
anything?
you're more of a spell guy than I am. That's
Carpet.
like, just like this.
That's Phil's method. Works every time.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
Nope, I'll just spread my wings.
Okay.
I mean, I have the ability to fly, technically. I mean, one of my abilities, if I crit on one of my attacks, I can fly. So,
Okay. I'll give you a bonus because of that. Alright.
it's probably more of a glide.
Let's get an acrobatics from both of you. You can add a +2, Baron Dookie.
Okay. 25.
20.
Okay.
Look at this J. What is this garbage? Look at that. One of my powers literally just says like the flavor text instead of what the actual power does.
That's all you need.
That's the offline builder for you.
Alright.
Now you're playing Dungeon World.
Moments after Artemis's unfortunate frustration with the control rod,
Yeah, impotence.
you two become aware of falling masses approaching you from the sky.
Meteors.
Yep.
Where are we physically right now?
You're on the beach.
Oh yeah, the ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should I blast him?
Oh, were you talking
What's-
about that living?
What's your
Whistling
passive
Thomas?
perception, Artemis?
19.
Okay. as they're coming into what you would consider blasting range, you can
Start blasting.
Yeah, you can vaguely recognize who they are. They look very much like your
There's
companions.
a big bird and a gray skinned
bird.
man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Baron
No
Mookie,
humans.
I like to imagine I hit the water like a seaplane.
yeah, you kind of land in the shallows, so the water kind of arrests the immediate velocity of your fall, plus vigorous flapping.
Yep.
So you miraculously take no damage
Whew.
and kind of just make a big splash in the water. Mert, you take 7 damage,
Okay.
but the sandy beach was a softer target than
A tree.
the hard ground
rock.
or some. Yes.
Okay.
So now you guys are reunited.
Haven't you guys? Hi guys.
What happened?
Gulk. That's all you need to know.
Hmm.
We may need to discuss what kind of other contraptions he has.
But you arrived in one piece.
Yeah, and quickly.
Impressive.
The fall is a little rough. Unless you have wings. So have you
what of the
guys
ship?
solved the problem yet?
It's undersea. Oh yeah, we were gonna try to break open the wall.
Right, so I'll make a crowbar for you
Artemis conjures a
Is that the
crowbar.
most efficient way?
to pry off a sideboard.
I'm gonna put it like that. Okay.
You get in there, you pry a board off, then I'll have the shape consciousness, telekinetic grasp a hook
Mm-hmm.
onto a crate, and then we just yank it out. Bob's your uncle.
I mean, does Mert want a crowbar too? Does he just have one?
I don't think I have.
Is that in the adventurers kit or the climbers
No,
kit?
I have a climber's kit, but I don't think a crowbar's in there.
I wouldn't think it helps you climb.
No.
Adventurers kit might.
Unlikely.
Can you only summon one object?
Yep.
Alright. I'm not actually that strong, I should say. If Mert's present.
I am not.
You're
None
not
of us.
strong either?
None of us are
Alright,
strong.
None of us are strong. It's our weakest.
You've got no big meat.
I can try it.
You're the int guy. He's the dex guy,
Dex and charisma.
and me and
Mm,
Mangging.
Good talk that board over.
Ardith Bay is like Dex and Wisdom, so yeah,
I have
no
8
real.
strength, so it's no go.
Well, somebody's gonna have to put in some elbow grease.
I'll try it for sure.
Okay. Well, I suppose you get
So
handed the
we're-
crowbar.
We're at the. Where are we right now?
You guys are in
We're
the
on the
shallows
coast.
of the water,
Yeah.
on the beach.
Yeah.
The ship's just a little bit further out.
Right.
It is,
And I'm gonna
shipwrecked underneath the water.
Right, and I'm gonna go with a crowbar and try to open one of the.
Basically, to create a decent gap to get into the cargo hold of the ship.
Okay.
His consciousness has already seen like crates in the hold of the ship.
Okay.
Yep.
So am I gonna swim there alone, or we're all swimming there? I'm just gonna be the one crowbarring.
Why would we all swim?
I guess that's true.
Moral support for you?
Gotta take your armor off.
Wouldn't you guys have told me the thing you sensed? Didn't your consciousness sense something weird?
We don't want to freak you out.
Why? I mean, you're not going in the ship.
That's true. All right.
Okay. I'll take an athletics check.
Quick fail.
Okay.
This fucking
He's
shipwreck,
gonna
man.
drown.
Yeah, and we're just gonna be standing there waiting.
You're gonna see his just
His
body
corpse
roll up.
just
Like gray, dead-looking flesh.
You
burial at sea.
Clearly the fall.
Fall
yeah,
down.
you're a
shook
little
me- shook me a little
lightheaded.
bit more.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Sucking your
Forget
ghost.
to take your iron boots off. Or
That's
anything.
2 crit fails the ship has
It's
consumed.
insane.
Yeah.
It really is a curse.
It is.
Shit, yeah.
Should have had me do it if it was athletics. What's your athletics? Oh, mine's one
5.
higher. I guess I could have done it.
Yeah. I trained it. That's the only reason it's that, huh? You probably did too.
Yeah.
you swim up to the ship.
Yep.
You're feeling lightheaded. You should have given yourself a little bit more time after landing, but you start working the crowbar against the side of the ship, and okay. You feel an icy touch on your back.
I turn around.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already did them. So.
You've just taken 13 psychic damage.
Okay.
There is a wraith in the water, and you see its hand is just kind of like moving through your body right now.
All right.
So there'd be a little sanity loss if that was in the game. But
Sure.
so you're in this rough situation. It is
Alright.
your turn.
So I'm underwater.
Yes. So
I-
your air supply will be limited. I'll mention if it becomes relevant. So
Insanity is in Demon Lord.
I know.
FYI.
It is.
Since you
I
mentioned.
feel like I would probably try to heal myself and then go to the top of the water. Go to the
Okay.
go out. Try to get to the top of the water. So I'll Ardent Surge as my minor action.
Okay.
Okay, so I get a whatever that is. My healing surge +2, and then I'll use my standard and my move to swim up.
Okay.
So pretty much double my move, whatever
Sure.
12 squares equates to.
Oh yeah, that definitely gets you to the surface.
Are you taking an op?
I suppose
I
he
suppose I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the name of that attack is Touch of Madness.
Oh,
It targets your will, but he got basically an auto hit for the
it
crit
was
fail.
yeah.
So it does 2d6 plus 7 psychic, and since you were hit by it once, you have a -2 penalty to all defenses, but a saving throw ends.
Okay. So do I?
Yeah,
No, it's
actually,
not-
so you would have rolled for that immediately at the start of your turn. So go ahead and roll a saving throw.
12.
Okay.
14.
All right, so yeah, you've cleared that.
Okay.
But now he is trying to do that to you again as you swim away. What is your will?
Shoot, Ardent Surge gives me it's 17 naturally.
Oh, that's quite good.
It's high, yeah.
Okay.
I think I get a +1. Yeah, I get a +1 for using my thing. So it's
You
8.
feel, you kind of like see it like paw through you again, but this time you're like, no! Yeah, so you're able to resist it
Alright.
and swim up to the surface.
Well, then I start shouting.
There's
But
a ghost.
there's a ghost here.
We know.
It touched me. What?
We didn't think it would. How did it get to you?
In the water?
We thought it was in the ship.
Yeah, but,
Get over here.
I mean,
It's pretty far. It's like 200 feet.
Swim back here.
Yeah, get back to the coast.
Let's regroup.
Great.
Now we can go in there, but how can we fight it underwater?
Well, we'll see if it comes up to the water. That's the question. It took it op, but now it's its turn, right? That was its op turn.
Right, because you basically did your minor heal,
Yep.
and then just
Swam up.
okay. It's got fly 6,
Oh, okay.
What is
so
underwater combat rules?
yeah.
Yeah, you don't really want to.
Is it not favorable?
I don't know.
All right.
Um,
Mert,
I think that's
you
pretty
don't.
normal, maybe.
You're like
Except
treading
for
water
breathing.
right now, and you don't feel like that attack or presence right now. So
Okay.
you're not sure where it is, but it either didn't pursue you or didn't catch up to you in time. So
Okay.
we'll go back to your turn again.
By default.
I don't think so. They're intangible, but I think you can see them.
So, and there's no part of this ship that's out of the water. It's just all underwater, right?
Yep, it's not. It's only about like maybe 30 feet below the water, so it's not a huge distance. You're still in the shallows.
This will be fun. So I'm treading water with my feet mostly. I pull my weapon out and I'm waiting. If I see or try to feel anything swiping at me, I'm gonna attack it.
Alright, I think I'm gonna
with
start.
yeah, and I say you guys gotta get out here. And I think I'm gonna I'll give you a I'll do demoralizing strike on it if it attacks, like if it comes close.
Okay.
So it's like readying an action.
All right.
And I'll try to tread water.
Okay. What's your athletics or skill?
5.
Okay. You do not need to roll if all you're doing is treading
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
So you just are hanging out there.
Okay.
You guys join the fray?
Sure.
I guess.
You know, I could shoot lightning on the water for you.
That would be not so great. For me especially.
Right.
I guess.
Well, so it's not very far out from the shore.
From the
technically,
shore,
from the shallow.
it's 200.
That's what he said last time.
That's not terribly
It'd
far.
be a while.
It's not like it's.
How'd you guys find it? Did you just throw your consciousness up in
Yep.
the air or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the water.
Water.
That was his consciousness was trying to use the rod. And that's when the crit failed. So
I guess, right? We're all about getting that loot, right?
well,
That's why we're here.
trying to
It's
get
for
weapons
people.
for the city.
And you can't deal with this ghost by yourself.
Maybe I could. It hurt a lot though. I more heal people. I said I wasn't good with a crowbar either. You still sent me out here?
I thought you volunteered.
Well, when no one else did, I offered it.
There you go, that's volunteering.
But I think I took a bit of a hit when I fell from the sky.
Well, I see nothing else to do, so I will swim towards the Mert.
Okay. What's your athletic score?
6.
Okay. You're just swimming over to him.
Is he roughly where the ship is?
He's treading water a little ways above the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, so towards him.
Okay. You're there.
Okay.
And so this time, still nothing has shown. Nothing has attacked.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Now I'll look underwater.
Stick your head out
Yeah.
under. Okay.
Look for the ship.
You see the ship.
I'll pop back up and say, "Did you crowbar anything off yet?"
You were starting to loosen up some of the planks, but you hadn't created a gap or anything yet.
Sure.
Here, why don't you go back down there, keep crowing, and if a hand comes out, I'll attack it.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll be willing to do that.
All right. You're gonna go back down to your
I
spot.
imagine I'll go right to the same spot.
Okay. I'll take another athletics roll.
All right.
Okay.
13.
Okay. You're able to swim down there again.
Okay.
You start prying,
Yeah.
and
What's your health at?
28.
the wraith, you can see it returning. It's materializing.
Oh, but I
next
can
to
kind
you.
of see it now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm more aware of
you
it
could
now.
you could see it
Yeah.
last time, but it just kind of came up and surprised
Well, I
you.
didn't know about it at all.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me
You
about
guys
it.
could've said
No, they didn't say nothing
So
about
it's materializing
there.
next to you. Yep.
it. All right.
Literally adjacent.
What?
Like literally adjacent.
Yes. Yeah. You could say it's adjacent to it.
Am I adjacent to him and or it?
You didn't say you were going to swim down with him while I was doing that.
Right.
So
thought
I kind of assumed that's what he meant.
I thought I was like,
Because he said when it comes out, he'll.
yeah, I was
Attack it.
planning on protecting him if it came out.
Oh, so he
That's
meant
why I
swim.
assumed.
all right.
He went
I
to
need an athletics from you too, then, because then you're swimming under the water and trying to hold.
pick the
position
best
next to him.
dice.
1.
Okay.
Shipwreck is cursed!
What kind of
is
armor do you
insane.
wear, Thomas?
Leather.
Okay.
Boy.
You swim down with him, and as you do so, you find that having never really worn all of your armor and clothing before, it's more difficult than you would have guessed, and you begin panicking and drowning. So you take
Boy.
all right. You take 4 damage. Water starts filling your lungs a bit. And I'll need a will save for you to not just swim back to the surface immediately. Or
What if that's what he wants to do?
yeah, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. You can try and get
I'll
back.
try to persevere for the sake of the quest.
Okay, I'm gonna attack against your will. What is your will?
14.
Okay. At this time, you can't bring yourself to do that.
So what do I do?
You start trying to flail your way back up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is the Kengu going down as well?
I didn't even go out.
No.
No.
But
okay, so you're
as
standing
soon
up.
as I see like this
Him come back
flailing thing, I just
I need a
just dive right in. I've got the lightest arm. I've got in cloth or whatever.
All right, let's get in athletics.
Oh man, that's pretty good actually. 18.
Okay,
2 crit fails already.
you're on your way down.
By the ghoulies again.
You're on your way there.
Okay.
Mert, let's get an initiative roll.
Okay. Just with me.
For now, yeah. You're the only participant.
14.
Grabbed by the ghoulies.
Yeah. Okay, the wraith is adjacent to you. It's your turn. You are underwater.
Okay. I will attack him with demoralizing strike.
Okay.
Crit fail.
Okay. He'll just
Dude.
hit
It's a
you
whiff.
with a touch of madness.
There's nobody here, so.
Okay.
This ship is
Should
cursed.
just lightning the whole thing.
All right. That's 18 psychic damage.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
We're gonna be wraiths soon.
I ain't going up there.
It's still your turn.
Okay.
All you've done is take your standard.
I think at that I'm going to do what I move and action point to move back out of the water,
That's another
and then heal myself first.
First.
Because it's a minor action before I swim away.
All
So
right.
How many times can you do that?
Does heal provoke an op? Casting a spell like in range?
No.
I don't think
it's
that's
not-
the
it's
same
not a
as
spell.
casting a spell.
It's not an attack. Those are
with a
attacks.
healing surge or something.
Alright.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You will swim away though. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the ghoulies. And he's got that -2.
Yeah, that just got reapplied from
Yeah.
the crit fail.
I got the +1 for myself.
Okay. So it's a net -1
Yes.
for your willpower.
Yes.
What is that?
16.
Okay. That is 13 psychic damage.
All right.
Your mind is just being scrambled with madness right
Yeah.
now. Like you see
Why
like
did I go back down?
you see like false and phantom wraiths filling your peripheral
I believe
visions.
it.
Just all these hands just pawing at you.
Help
But
that.
you're back to the surface from that.
Okay.
Okay.
And so is he, obviously.
Well, no, that I mean.
I'm Thomas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was intended to go to the surface. He
Oh,
couldn't.
he's just-
He didn't have the willpower to stay with you down there.
Right.
So,
Okay.
that was a crit fail for your athletics roll swimming down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get an endurance roll now.
Do you have the endurance
Yes.
to survive?
You got some endurance.
Yep.
You got some endurance.
Dude, what the fuck?
A 1.
What the
Okay.
fuck? You pick a different dice.
Can you?
It's
I did. I changed dice and I rolled the one or the other one.
What the fuck, man?
That would have been better. Oh my god.
Okay. Thomas, you don't make any progress, and the Mad Wraith turns its attention to you with Mert swimming away.
Alright.
So it'll get one touch of madness attack with a bonus towards you.
Make it go ham on my power.
What is your willpower?
14. Oh god.
You take 13 psychic damage, -2 penalty to all defenses save in.
Should I, what was that last part?
-2 penalty to all defenses save ends. So at the start of your next turn, you will get a chance to roll a saving throw to break that effect. But you haven't gone anywhere since you began panicking. So you're right next to the. Yeah.
Maybe I should burn my daily on this.
Yeah, it is.
Otherwise, we're not getting that shit.
Yeah,
I'll
it
give
is.
it a shot.
It is your turn because then the Kenku will arrive. He'll get a turn, and then they'll reset the combat.
Alright. So my daily is actually a trigger. An adjacent creature hits me.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I thought this was like. I didn't know if this negates the attack or not.
Read the.
It's an
read the effect.
interrupt, isn't it?
If it's a daily, it
Says-
might negate it.
Oh, action, immediate interrupt, trigger, an adjacent creature hits you, and it just describes like attack stuff. So it doesn't say anything about negating it unless that's implied.
No, it wouldn't be.
Well, what does the power do?
If you killed the creature,
Before.
that would negate the damage.
Right, that's
or,
what an
or
interrupt means.
in some effect, otherwise, like stun it, like yeah.
Or
but
move it away from you. It would have to.
yes, that could be
Yeah.
that could also apply. So there's a number of things that you could do, but it might just be you get to do a big amount of damage
Right.
too.
Alright, that might be what it is. Alright.
Okay.
Yep, so I'll just do that. Intelligence versus reflex.
Okay.
Mm.
20.
Yeah, that is.
I get to do some damage.
Get some damage on the board against this wraith.
You get D8. Is that what you're looking for?
Need 3 of them.
Oh. He's getting all the D8s.
All at once.
All at once.
$16 damage.
Typed?
Typed.
Not that it matters. but
Cold damage.
Okay. Thank you.
Likes the call.
Maybe that does help. I don't know.
Well, you never
Just
know.
halves everything.
Oh yeah, I know. But if it has some weakness or something for some reason, it would still.
Radiant, maybe.
All right, that's what I.
Okay. You smite it with some cold. Kenku, you are.
How much damage did you say I take? 13?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's say, for the purposes of the combat round, you've spent your move to get here. However, you are only 10 feet away. So, with an action point, if you wanted to get into melee immediately, you could. Otherwise, you'd be able to hit it with any number of ranged attacks. But,
Yeah, I'm fine from where I am.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna use Chromatic Orb on it.
Is it random?
Go for it.
It is random, but it has to. Well, actually, I don't even think it has to hit. Oh, it does hit. That's for sure. Well, not for sure. 22 versus reflex.
Yes.
Okay.
Now
So
you have to roll
then
the random.
roll the d6. Alright, this damage is gonna be psychic damage.
Okay.
Let's see, 3d10. Where's the
Ooh.
other d10?
Yeah, it's a big attack. I
That's
think these
nice.
are D10s.
1,
9.
10, 11, plus 4, 15 damage.
Okay.
And he takes a -2 to AC.
So he almost does a power very much like what this thing is doing to us.
Yeah, pretty much.
-2 to AC.
Yeah.
Save
Yeah,
ends.
Save, yeah, save ends.
Okay.
And then I'll take my action point.
Okay.
And let's see, what should I use here?
And you're just sitting over there after breaking that rod.
I'm a little scared.
Why? What has it done to you?
Well, I
I'll
went down in
use-
the last fight.
I'll use
Oh.
I'll use explosive pyre on it, which I guess it's probably a bad idea to use a fire attack, eh?
I don't know if
Underwater.
I have no idea.
I don't really know how that works. Let's use Ice Dragon's Teeth.
Sounds good.
Nope, that's a miss. 7 versus reflex.
That is a miss.
Well, I guess with the AC, but yeah, that's a miss.
Okay.
It's a Chromatic Orb spawn.
Okay.
Could have been a lot better effects, though. Hopefully you guys start hitting.
we will now. I'll now take initiative rolls from Thomas and Kenku, so that we can place your order in the round.
21.
19.
You recall your initiative, Mert?
14.
Does the -2 you told me about apply to this?
The moment you begin your round, we will roll to see if you shake that off.
Okay, but it
No, the
doesn't
-2
affect
does not
initiative.
apply to initiative. No.
No.
Yep. Okay. You all three of you get to go before the raid.
Oh, okay. Jake first.
Oh,
right?
I'd like to get involved.
Okay.
Into this round.
Yes.
I'm gonna be sending my conscious out there.
Okay.
That
Then
makes
go
sense.
ahead. Go ahead and roll initiative.
3.
Yeah, what do you...
Okay.
It's just like chugging.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of similar to Baron Dookie, where your round will begin with your movement complete, but you'll be within line of sight of the wraith with your consciousness. Okay. So, yeah, the 21 should go.
Okay.
Yeah, I realize it's really like entirely
So, just...
risk-free.
Yep,
just
no,
for,
that's a good
like,
way to get involved.
visualization.
Yes.
They're all about it wherever Thomas was swimming up. How much closer to the surface did they get? You know what I'm saying? I was about, 12 squares down. But he started swimming up.
He
and that's-
attempted to,
Right.
but then crit failed his endurance.
Oh, so he didn't get
he's-
very far.
He is like, he just kind of moved up and down, but
Okay.
stayed in the same spot.
Okay. So they're
Okay.
still kind of far down.
Alright, I'll use, what's your health at, Thomas?
24.
24. Okay. Just wanted to make sure in case I hit you or something.
Wow. I think you should be able to aim it, not
Right, I know. I'm using lightning strike, so.
that way. I see.
Yeah. 7, that's 12. Is that minus the AC? So, I guess 12. I don't know whatever his AC is.
So your total roll is 12.
12 versus reflex.
And he had the minus. Oh, well then it's,
Oh, then yeah, duh.
doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
was 12.
Do you
No,
guys
that
have any
miss.
targets
That
there?
misses.
Reflex?
No AC.
Yeah.
You do?
Mhm.
Okay.
He for sure does. But yeah,
Oh, then
anything that's
hopefully he
melee
can
attacks
sustain
always.
his or stabilize.
That stays till. Is that save ends?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So who goes next?
Thomas.
Am I still adjacent to the wraith?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to mark him as a minor action.
Done.
And what next? Okay, I'll give it an at-will ability. Alright, yep. Booming Blade. Haha. Missed.
Could be worse.
Could
It
have been a 1.
wasn't. It wasn't a
It was a
one.
2
Alright.
though.
Let's just curse.
It misses.
Just use this
Fine.
one. Okay, so I swam to the surface, or pretty close to the surface, away from
About
it,
3.
right?
Yes, you are like if you dipped your head under the water, you could see the action. But
how far?
But the upper, your torso and up is above the water.
So I need to swim down.
to get back into the. Well, to get in melee range, yes, you'd have to move down again.
Right.
And that's where I keep requiring the athletics because swimming there and maintaining your position takes
Yes,
some skill.
yes. So I think I'm actually going to just swim close enough to be in close burst 5 range of Thomas.
Okay.
So not melee.
No, yeah, I won't require an athletics roll then.
And then I'm going to use my second wind to gain hit points back, but I have Wind of Sympathy, so when I use my second wind, an ally in my 5 square mantle can use their second wind. So Thomas, you can use your second wind as well as I can. So like Adam, I could have, when you were down, I could have let you use your second wind even unconscious and you would have come back.
Except you had gone home.
I had gone home, yes. But now, Thomas, you have a +2 to defenses like second wind gives.
Good. Alright. Got a lot of D.
I still have that thing on me, didn't I? The whole thing from last round, his whole -2 thing.
Yes, you can see if you shake that off.
I rolled a 13.
You shake it
I
off.
don't think I did that on my turn.
Neither. Yeah, no, you did not. You
Should I have?
Technically.
What is it?
You need a 10 or better.
20.
There you go.
All right.
Good.
I'm shook.
Yep. Get a
wasted,
plus.
You wasted a 20 on that.
Yeah. No. Just gain a +2 to whatever your next action is, and that can stack with any other bonuses.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Then my turn's over because I can't get closer than that.
Okay.
Anyway. I was using
This looks like Mr. Glass.
double move.
Because he's black.
Oh.
Like the patch of
So it is
silver
the
in the hair.
Wraith's turn.
Okay.
Because he
I
goes
guess.
around up,
Yes.
correct?
He
Yeah,
does.
black.
He goes
Black
last.
hair.
Alright,
That's
Mr. Glass.
Any enemy that is within aura 3 of the Wraith, which will be Thomas and the Kenku. You guys just take 5 psychic damage from an aura.
Oh, the Kenku got that close?
I said 10 feet. I suppose I don't need to impose that on him because
he shoots pretty far.
Yeah, no, okay, just Thomas.
I have a lot to resist. But not to psychic.
Okay. It is concentrated on Merrick.
It's going? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going.
Okay.
You want to roll for the save for the AC?
I will. It is it rolled a 19, so
Okay.
it's shaken the AC restriction. Alright. It's got 1 encounter ability, so it'll use that on Thomas.
Oh, snap.
Touch of Chaos. It rolled well.
Versus what?
Will.
Oh.
Yep, that's the problem with these guys. Okay, Thomas, it is 14 psychic damage.
Good, I let you heal.
And he slides you through the water up to 5 squares.
I welcome it.
Okay, yeah. He slides you out of the aura. He slides you next to Baron Dookie. We'll say Baron Dookie is about 5 squares away from you. Thomas, you must use a free action to make a basic melee attack against Baron Dookie.
Right now.
And you
We'll
are...
pump on his ass.
And
Correct.
Thomas, you're an intelligent blade master now. So you're going to be able to hit him better than you used to be able to.
And, it's true.
That you made sure you had to get.
Okay.
Also, the Kenku could take a hit.
Not too good. But
Probably good enough.
17
Versus what?
AC.
That's a hit.
Whoop up on his ass.
Okay, there you go. 6 damage.
No, it's not so bad. Compared to what this Wraith has done to us.
Yep. Okay. That's the end of the effect. You're not like charmed or anything like that. But after he touched you with chaos, you had to introduce a little chaos to Baron Dookie too.
This thing's messed us up pretty good.
You up.
Big time.
I'm trying to come here and help, and our guy just swings a sword at me.
Get out of here. I don't know what came over me. Well, I wave my arms as if to say.
Okay.
And then,
It is Artemis's turn.
I'm in range.
You are in
Heard
range
that
of the
they're
raid.
wrecking them.
I will use Dimensional Scramble Augment 2.
Okay.
I saw a tweet that said they are so good.
That is 22 versus 4.
That is a big time hit.
Good.
Yeah, baby, AC to 500.
9 damage.
Okay. It is bloodied.
Oh, man.
It screeches and its frequency pierces through the water.
I'll assume
pretty
I'm
far.
10 squares away.
Should I have a conversation with it?
Yeah.
Now you know its language after its screen.
What's its language?
You can mimic it, yeah. Sean,
What's up?
what language was that?
Screech?
Yeah. 'Cause
So
he can
why does it
mimic
have to be a
Indiscernible.
language?
Oh.
I mean, it was just howling and like
Oh,
it was
so
like
it wasn't-
wailing
it wasn't
out.
saying
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I mean, screams don't have to be in a language.
Right. It's the language of fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
All right.
Anguish.
The universal language.
I feel like a draconian's gonna be different than like
That
a dwarf's.
resets the round.
Okay.
So,
My turn.
yes.
Alright, we'll use.
Neither one of you are in the aura right now, which is good.
Nobody's next to him?
No one is within aura
Okay.
3.
Right.
Mertz, I'm saying Mertz probably about 6 or 7
Yeah.
squares away.
Yeah.
You guys are both 5 squares away. The shaped consciousness is 10 squares away. So you've all got a little breathing room.
Okay, I'm gonna use.
The downside of that is if you want to get into melee, you'll have to do some swimming.
Okay.
But if you guys have range abilities, this will actually be beneficial.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Not for me.
We'll get down in there. I'll use lightning strike again. That's a miss.
Use this one.
No, it's been fine. I don't like that one.
Roll it. Oh,
No, I don't like it.
Then I think it's Thomas.
Maybe I'll go less fast.
What does your mark? The mark for you does just if it would attack someone else.
Yeah, if
I
you
like
attack someone else.
That's the one he
It
used.
attacks
That
you.
one's like minty.
It keeps attacking me though.
Yeah.
I could hang back and hope it attacks someone else. While I heal, I could do a healing surge and wait for it to attack someone else.
You already used your healing surge.
I can't do it again.
No,
You used it
I used what?
for me.
Yeah, that ends it. You only get it once per
Oh.
combat. Second win.
I don't know what to do.
That is the disadvantage of that.
I can just make one
how is
final
your health?
burst. I'm at 15 HP. Can you heal me at all?
I can. One more time.
I could
And
just
you
make
ha-
one final burst. You know, do my action point, do everything right now.
That's probably a good idea.
All right.
Especially because we're not all targeting them. Man, nobody has. Does anybody have anything that needed a saving throw? We're all good on that, right?
Actually, I've got an idea. This would be good. Okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna swim in. I'm gonna attack. Booming blade.
He has a plan.
18 versus AC.
Baron Dookie, your -2 no longer applied, right?
Right.
Did you take your +2, your bonus +2 that I gave you for critting your saving throw?
I did not.
That bumps up to 20, right?
Yep.
That hits.
Alright. It's 10 damage. Then I want an action point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do. Oh, I can't do that. I guess let's do the same attack again. Another 20.
Another 20 versus AC?
Yep.
That's another hit.
This one.
And you're able to do this all at range.
No,
No, he moved
I had
up.
to move into melee.
Oh, okay. I see.
This one's only 6 damage.
Okay. You're cutting through both water and the strange billowing substance that constitutes the wraith's corporeal form. But you do know, you can tell that your blade is harming it. It's just a resilient beast.
I guess with my so my last action, I stayed in range to attack it. Could I use my move action to shift? Is that a whole move action to shift to avoid
It
an
is.
attack
No,
opportunity?
that is.
I guess nonetheless I'll do that.
You know you'll still be in the aura at the when it starts its turn, but
Actually, you know what? It's better if I stay adjacent then, if it's all the same.
okay,
All right.
it's up to you.
I will swim. So you said Jake was closer, right? But out of the aura, like 5 square.
Yep.
5.
Right.
I will.
So
swim,
he's like 2 closer between you and the wraith.
right.
If you're like 7,
I will
yep.
swim to what would be right between Baron Dookie and them, so not adjacent still. The aura is 3.
Yep.
So I go 4 squares. away.
Okay.
And then I use words of comfort.
Just in the water. Oh.
Waves his arms.
They
as if to
feel
say,
like the good vibes.
Yeah.
Bringing comfort
And
to you.
if you, everybody, all my allies and myself within close burst 5 can have 5 HP unless they've been bloodied or they're bloodied. They can have 10 HP
That's me.
and a saving throw if they needed it. So Jake, you get 5. So I don't think you got bloodied. That was
Is that real HP or temporary
That's
HP?
real HP.
That's real
That
That
stuff.
was
stuff.
like that was like when HP was real.
Simpler time.
Mm-hmm. The bad part about that power is it's a standard action, so that takes up any attack I wanted to do. But it keeps me out of the aura, gives you some HP.
Yep.
Gives all of us.
That'll probably save my life.
Likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the race turn. Aura triggers, so 5 psychic, Thomas. It's looks like you are still its most accessible foe, so it will attempt to attack you. Touch of Madness, and boy, I'll start rolling poorly soon, but it's not yet. I did roll poorly on the damage, 9 psychic damage.
I do have an ability.
Oh, did he?
When an
Yes.
enemy attacks me before I start my next turn after I hit it,
By now,
Yes.
you
an
should be
arcane
able to
able
get it.
attack
Oh
power.
yeah.
Some-
no, it's been-
It takes damage equal to that power's ability modifier, so
Okay.
it takes 5 damage.
Is there a source of the damage?
Intelligence.
Okay. Brain power. Mental
Well,
It
thrust.
just it
damage.
doesn't-
Was it- is it
oh,
from-
of the same type, which I think was just physical. Oh no, arcane thunder weapon.
So thunder.
Okay.
If that's it. That's
Yep.
not
No.
exactly
It has been
all of
applied.
Yeah.
It has been applied. It is Artemis's turn.
Alright. I don't have all these cool fancy turns like these people.
Nice.
I'll just be using Mind Lock.
That makes sense.
And I'll use Memories to boost it. There we go. That is 17 versus Will.
Yep.
Nice. Those memories, baby.
You got boost power.
That's 8 damage. And it's slowed until the end of my
Ooh.
next turn.
Ooh, so if it would run around,
Yeah.
not so good.
It has no. I'll just tell you, it has no compulsion of running. It will,
Yeah, I
it
wouldn't
will
think so.
fight until it creates more wraiths, or you release it from its torturous existence. So.
Oh, we'll release it.
All right, good.
You
That'll be
released it.
a heroic feat. It
Don't worry,
is.
Thomas.
We flip over the round again.
Jake.
I need endurance from everyone who's under the water to start this round because you've been under the water for a bit.
Except for me.
But no, we'll go. We'll
I'm
go in
not
order.
under the
Oh,
water.
okay.
You're not.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I assumed I'm just like stick my head under and then. But I mean, if you want, I can roll one.
Let's still get an endurance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Treading.
I ain't rolling shit.
I know.
17.
Okay.
It was actually I only have a 2, so
You rolled good.
yeah.
12.
19.
Thomas, this next round, if you need to make combat rolls or skill checks, it will be with a penalty until you surface to the water. The penalty will grow or potentially cause damage depending on future endurance rolls rounds. So you're reaching your limit for being underwater.
Okay.
What was your roll, Mert?
A 19.
Okay, yep, you're still doing okay. All right, it is the Kenku's turn.
All right. Let's do. I guess. Let's do lightning strike again. 9 versus reflex.
Nope.
That's my turn.
Those dice.
Alright.
What would you roll?
How far
I
away am
switched
I
already.
from other people?
Oh, did you?
It's a dice. It's
With a single move, could I reach any of you?
To me, I'm 4 squares away.
Good, good. So I'm going to shift with my first move action.
Okay.
And then can I move again?
No. Shift is your move. I mean, are you of
Like
stop? Are you
if I'm
not
not
attacking?
yeah, if I'm
yes,
not
yeah,
attacking.
Yep, you could
Okay.
you could shift twice if you wanted to.
Or could I shift once and then just move out right
Yes,
without
yes.
attack of opportunity?
Correct.
That's what I'll do. And I'll try to, I'll just flee.
Just get to the surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or as close to it as possible.
Yep. Mert, did you go?
No, I'm next.
Yep, go ahead. Thomas, I won't require any roll from you right now.
But you said there won't be combat.
Well, there wasn't supposed to be until Mert pissed this ghost off.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have pissed it off regardless? I mean, we would have eventually.
Wouldn't I have?
Most of this was going to be done using my consciousness. It's just we had to pry this board off.
Oh.
And he fucked it up.
Shoot, could I tell Thomas not to run too far? Do you go to the surface, Thomas?
I mean, I made my single move action towards the surface.
Okay. Well, then I will.
I mean, does it matter that I'm like?
Well, I'd try to heal you again instead of myself, but I guess I can
I
heal
guess it
myself.
depends how the grid works out.
I'm gonna augment 2 energizing strike against it, Sean. So I
Okay.
will move up 2 squares to be.
You're gonna get up in its business.
I'm not adjacent.
Okay.
I have reached 2. So.
All right.
Ooh, that's nice. 17 versus AC. I forgot its AC is huge.
Yeah, unfortunately that's a narrow miss.
Yeah, I forgot how huge its.
It's
AC.
huge.
It's huge. I thought I rolled a 16, not a 7, not a 10. All right, that's my turn.
Good turn.
Yeah.
Good choice. Okay, Mert, you are within the aura.
Yeah.
Take 5 psychic
5
damage.
seconds.
It moves next to you and will attempt to use Touch of Madness.
Okay.
What is your will?
17.
It narrowly misses you.
Okay.
It's the first time it's missed anything.
That's good.
Yep.
Hates to admit.
It is Artemis's turn.
Alright, I'll just be doing the same thing. Mind lock.
Mind Glock.
That's probably gonna miss. It's a 15 versus Will.
A 15 versus will is not sufficient.
There you have it.
Then again, it comes back around to the top of the table. To Jake.
Correct.
Roll left-handed.
I could just like aid another.
Ooh.
I could like distract it. That's like the description, and then you get a bonus on your next attack on it.
Okay.
I can't hit for crap.
I'd still try to do one more. You hit more damage than any of us. Just roll left-handed. There we go.
15 versus reflex, lightning strike.
Ooh.
What's that?
15 versus reflex.
Lightning strike? Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, I thought his reflex is probably its worst damage.
hit.
Well, Will and AC
I
clearly
know,
are its
but
better
They're pretty
ones.
good, yeah.
Wow, that is 6 damage.
It, you see like the lightning kind of like trace the outline of its body, and it dissipates into nothing but the bubbly sea. Yep.
I finally don't hear the screams.
The screams have
I
ended.
feel the
You see
scream.
no phantom hands in your vision anymore. It's all just the ocean and you being short of breath and exhausted.
Alright, well, I will definitely swim to the surface.
Yeah, everybody can take a
Oh, I
moment.
forgot with lightning strike. Instead of targeting 2, I can target that one twice.
Alright. To do
Would've
more
been
damage.
Bonus damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case it wasn't necessary,
No,
but good
no,
to
it's
remember for the future.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, now, hopefully there's no more haunting.
Yes.
Only one way to find out.
Get back to crowing.
Get back to cranking.
I'll watch your back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can it? Is it? Maybe we swim to shore and just take like
I'm in the best
a breather?
condition. Like I took with your, I've only taken 1 damage. I could
Everything
just
you
try. I could just try and
crowbar it.
crowbar it. Yeah, I have the lightest armor. I mean,
Alright.
best athletics or whatever.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
swim to shore quickly and just kind of brush myself.
What's your athletics skill?
Mine?
Well, mine's
It
6.
can't
Everyone
be.
else's is 5 or lower. I believe,
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, you guys all actually have pretty similar skills.
Yeah.
Okay. You're like a. Kenkus are like lizards, right? Birds. Okay.
It's like a black bird.
Yeah, no, I forgot about. I had the picture in my mind a
Yeah.
while ago, and it kind of faded. Okay.
What is a bird if not a flying?
How many healing surges do you have remaining?
how many healing surges?
Yeah. If you have, if you haven't spent any.
I haven't
of them-
spent any.
Okay, how many do you have?
Is that what that is? 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.
Okay. I'm going to just do it this way for simplicity. Spend 3 healing surges.
Okay.
You're able to power through, and you've created a sizable breach over time in the side of the ship.
Okay, and then I'll swim back up.
Gives us a
It's
second.
breached. It's open.
Okay.
Now what?
Now we get the grappling hook, and we attach it to one of the crates, and we yank it out.
Okay.
And then we
Does
do
someone want to
the
just
next
swim
one.
it out
How
to
many
me,
crates
or
are we?
or
We
throw
trying
it
to go
out
with
me?
I
4.
think there are 4 in there.
Okay. So that's our goal.
Okay. How many total feet of rope do you have to attach to the hook?
How much comes in?
Whatever comes
Climbing,
with.
climbing,
50, I think.
or adventurer's kit comes with 50,
Yeah.
but I don't think a climber's kit comes with any.
None.
No, but we all have an adventurer's kit.
Right. So 200.
Okay.
200 feet of rope.
Yep. Who has the highest thievery skill? For
I have
hitching
5.
with-
That's 1.
This would be going for Ardith Bay.
Yep.
But she is far
Not
away.
here. She is
Yep.
not.
Okay. I think the Kenku's gonna have to go hook it up again. Hello, Ardith Bay.
Hello.
Did you listen into that underwater battle narrative?
Yes, I'm glad I wasn't there.
Okay. Very good. You're still okay. I just, you came up in the conversation having likely the highest thievery.
I heard, yes.
Okay. I hope your baking is going well.
I am putting filling into the springform pan, and then I will marble the raspberry jam through it, and then it goes in the fridge.
For the benefit of the party, would you like to quickly share what you are making so that they know?
I'm making a raspberry charlotte, which is a chiffon cake encasing a raspberry filling.
Alright.
And this was for work of some sort?
Yeah, so tomorrow is our holiday party
Oh.
and White Elephant gift exchange, and then afterwards they do a dessert contest.
Oh, so it is for a contest of some sort.
Exactly.
Alright.
Otherwise, I don't know that I'd make anything this touchy.
Sure, sure.
Okay. I think you'll still be good for a while.
Alright, very good.
Alright. I will need a thievery roll from you then, good Baron Dookie.
We're assuming then I swam back to shore.
Yes.
I mean,
You are not-
fastening
you
a
are
knot
not
and tying it
just-
together, just
You're
waiting
not
in the
all, like,
water.
puffed up and decomposing in the hold of the ship. You are
Alright.
alive. You are alive.
Okay.
now. Yeah.
So you'd like a thievery roll?
Yes. This will be for various hitching to the various crates.
Okay. It's 11.
Okay. You're able to get the job done. Could it have been applied with more skill? Certainly, but you think it'll stay when you guys apply exertion to pull it out. You've got the first one hitched up. Is it just going to be the 4 of you just tugging?
We're gonna see how that goes.
Okay.
That's at least what we're gonna try, yeah.
Okay. What is the net total of your strength modifiers?
0.
-1.
We're
Ah!
at -1 right now.
I actively make us worse.
Yep. What's
Why
your
don't you just
strength
not?
I
modifier?
could just not
Mine's
participate.
Okay.
Oh, you.
I think he should just not.
So we have just have a net. That's true.
He's pushing.
Let's just
Yeah.
have him sit out.
Okay. So then you have a net mod of
You
+1.
got on the wrong side of the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing tug of war, I thought.
All right.
Oh,
We'll
man.
make
Actually, I
this-
guess we might as well not either. He
We'll,
could just
we'll make this for all the marbles. You guys will spend the rest of the day trying at this.
the rest of
Kenku, you may roll with advantage, which is a 5th edition trait, but I'm applying it here.
We
So
get to roll.
The
roll a
source-
d20
the
twice.
sorcerer has
Take the
highest
better of
strength.
the result, and it'll just be +1.
Ooh, second one was much better.
19.
Okay. You are able to bring 3 of the crates ashore over a 6-hour span.
I had a thought. Instead of adding 0 to the roll actively, could we have aided him on his roll?
I gave you a much better
The combat
benefit of
advantage.
that by giving him
Okay.
advantage
Yeah.
on the roll.
Okay.
That I did a bigger 8 effect.
Yeah,
the
because
8
8
effect
would have
on-
only been a +2
Yeah,
to
it's
his
not-
first roll.
right.
What was your first roll?
7.
Yeah, see? So,
Yeah. Okay. So by the end of the day, you guys have 3 of the crates on the beach.
I think that's pretty good.
What? So what happened to the 4th crate?
We should look
It's
within
still that one is the one that Artemis saw was ruptured,
Right.
and that actually gave him a look at what the cargo was. It was like these well-crafted weapons and such. So that you don't have to abandon trying to save that, but it's going to be tricky keeping it all in there and keeping the crate intact.
Okay, I was gonna say there wasn't anything in particular I noticed in that crate that I could have swam and grabbed myself.
Okay, and that actually this took place in the evening, so it is now like 4 in the morning.
We have to get in the captain's quarters.
You have to sleep.
Not at wartime.
Why don't you put that consciousness in there? Just poke around.
You can't. We talked
Can't
about
go
that.
through walls.
All right, I'll swim down and hold on. First of all, in all this time, would I have time for another healing surge?
Yes.
But yeah, a short rest
How many?
doesn't take very long.
I'll allow you to spend 2 because you've been part of the exertional team.
That brings me back up to
I think the 4th
an amount.
crate is,
That is deep.
if it's already been opened, I don't really want to bring back rusted stuff.
I'd rather get in the captain's
I'll
quarters.
I'll accompany the consciousness.
Okay.
Can you provide light?
I can hold a
Some,
sun rod.
All right.
I've got some fun rolls coming up.
Uh-oh.
It has nothing to do with what Thomas is about to do.
oh,
Let's see.
Whether the orcs lay siege to the town or not yet.
Right, yeah, they're just in ruins when you guys get back.
I mean, that solves our problem.
We can move
Yeah,
on
you don't have to worry about anything.
without moral.
technically. There is a
Moral
bigger problem.
complications.
So.
Alright, Mert, let's get 4d12. Some nice d12 that we
How
can
much
make to roll.
damage you're taking?
This is a fishing roll.
You want each number or
I want
total?
the grand total.
Ooh, better roll low.
I did
Roll
not.
Oh
Except for
my
the last
God.
It was 10, 7, 11, and 4. So
32.
32.
You find 32 steel halberds in the crate.
You wanted
Oh,
big.
alright.
That's very good. Okay.
Same thing from Baron Dookie.
Just this D12.
I don't like that one.
Just do it.
That's a pretty good one. $25.
Okay. You find 2,500 gold in the crates.
More than we've ever seen.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Thomas, same thing.
Yeah, Thomas.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of D12
How many?
for
4d12.
11,
This is how much damage we're taking.
18,
From the curse.
20,
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Alright, 29 steel scimitars as well. So you've got a good number of melee weapons for the townsfolk. And a nice enrichment of your own supply funds.
Gold will be like.
Yep.
We finally afford
Now
whatever
this
we
does
wanted
not
from
this
us.
does not count the 4th crate, but
Correct.
that is if you wish to continue delving into that operation. So
Like I said, I don't. With it opened, I imagine they will be tarnished a little bit.
We're poop deck bound. But actually,
Sheesh.
officer's deck.
Captain's quarters.
Captain's quarters.
Yep.
That's where they're going.
Okay.
At 4 in the morning. I guess we'll set up camp while they do that. I suppose. Set up
Can't
all-
go have time for that.
so we're just-
Really?
We
In
have
the
to-
time that he's
just
swimming
sleep
over
it-
to the captain's
sleep
quarters?
it
We
in
gotta
the dark.
breakneck
I mean, what is
pace
this
back
gonna,
to
this is
town.
gonna take like 15 minutes.
All right.
I'll take a 15-minute nap.
I'll take. Yeah.
Just as soon as we're pulling on crates all day, I'm gonna swim down to the consciousness and the sun rod. We're gonna open up the door to the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
Try to open it.
Right. And loot it.
Okay. Sunrod for vision. You said it's you and consciousness, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna provide the physical means of opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
What implement did you say? Crowbar again?
Yeah.
Hold on. If you have the sun rod summoned, does that mean you can't have the crowbar summoned?
That's true. You'd have to work in the dark for a little bit.
Playing Dracula in the dark.
Okay. Like we'll get close and I'll be like,
You just have
I'll
to
figure
find
out
that
the
wedge.
angles, I'll feel it out, and then
Yeah.
we'll switch over and
Yeah.
I'll just start crowing. I
Okay.
could use one of the scimitars or something.
You're human.
Yep.
A real human. Not some fake alien grace.
You know what? Just give me a perception roll. That's the main challenge here, because I want to be tedious with the like prying and stuff.
17.
You're able to see the outline of the door, and it takes a little bit of squinting and concentration. You are underwater, but eventually you're able to crack open the door into the captain's quarters. And something in here.
There's something in you,
Yeah.
Captain Wraith. Kraken.
Gashidokaru.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Okay. So, strangely in here, as you force open the door, water does not come rushing into the room, and it has the air of everything being a-okay in here.
So like water's just
It's just staying back in the
Magically.
doorway.
Even though like it's the door's open.
Right, so if you were to put part of your body through, you'd be floating on the other side, but it'd be just pure open air through
I'll
there.
send the
It's like a
consciousness
Skyrim
in.
shipwreck.
Okay, that's a good idea.
It's like a Skyrim shipwreck.
Okay. Consciousness just gonna do a little
Yep.
scouting around.
Yep.
Again, there's no light source apart from natural light.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I can make a sun rod.
Or he doesn't need the crowbar anymore, does he?
Nope.
Okay. Do you switch to sunrod?
Yep.
That helps. Okay. You see in the ceiling in here, there's a circular opening and kind of just a spiraling sand column that stretches up a vast distance.
Oh.
Apart from that, the room is fairly ordinary as far as what you'd expect for a captain's quarters. There's a bed, there's a desk, little chest of drawers that functions probably as, where you keep their clothing and other possessions like that. And there's a pair of boots neatly set next to the bed. And apart from that, can't really say much else.
Did the boots appear magical?
I'll take an Arcana.
You can have one.
Alright.
25.
They do appear magical.
Okay. Well, they're gonna get waterlogged.
Even if I put them on.
Yes.
Okay, you stick your feet into the room and I'll slide them on.
You don't want me in the room?
Well, if you want to come into the room, it's just, I don't know, there might be danger.
I'll come in the room.
Okay. He comes into the room.
Okay. You feel very warm upon coming in here, Thomas. And you find that you're rapidly getting very hungry.
I'll hold my breath and just pop back out and just leave my feet hanging.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're in the water, but
Yeah.
okay.
And my
Going like this.
my
this.
wisp is using telekinetic grasp to put some boots on.
Oh, I see. You want to put the boots on. Okay.
Cinderella style.
All right.
I could have just stayed in the room for a moment longer.
Hey, you never know.
So you're putting the boots over the boots you're already wearing.
Yep, 2 boots.
Okay.
2 boots
Just
McGee.
stretch them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Artemis, give me a luck roll.
Uh-oh. They're gonna blow your feet
Tear.
right off. 19.
Okay.
That's pretty lucky. Otherwise, one of them was going to tear.
Yep. You're able to get them on.
It's just airtight.
Yeah.
See, they're not going to waterlog if they're not so tight.
Good.
And I'll take my leave.
You don't even know what the boots do.
Got the loot. I'm out of here.
Thomas, do you have any Arcana skill?
Oh, very
Oh,
high
yeah.
I
one.
have an excess.
You do? Okay.
Well, 13.
13? Okay,
He's
that's
got high,
pretty good.
he's an intelligence-based warrior.
I'm intelligent. I don't have 13.
I'm not as
All right.
intelligent as he is.
I have a 20.
That's why
There you go.
I have a background bonus to it.
That's
Alright.
probably it.
Thomas, you do. The boots feel comfortable as you put them on, like they were made for you. You can feel that they are indeed magical, although you'll need to do a little bit further study to try and determine their properties. But you take to them immediately.
Okay.
You would have to be probably heavily persuaded to want to part with them voluntarily now that you've kind of put them on.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Locked
Always, you always wonder. It's like, what's the evil behind that? Or no evil, no. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's evil.
All right.
We're gonna cut off
in.
your
Galt's
feet.
gonna see him and be like,
Good thing I didn't put him on bear.
We're gonna cut off your feet.
Okay.
Can I enter into this sand vortex?
with his consciousness.
No, your consciousness can like fly, right?
I thought you ruled that he cannot, but I can teleport.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you definitely could either like jump up or like otherwise teleport to where you'd at least be within the vortex, and you can see if like that itself moves you or that sort of thing.
Do it.
All right. You you shoot up. Now you're just being your consciousness is just being carried away. You feel like just this rushing upward force. I wonder if there's limits on the range at which your consciousness
It never
can-
specified.
Okay.
So I assume there's no limit.
All right. Yeah. No. I think that's fair. Okay. You travel through the vortex for a good 1 minute.
Okay.
And then you come out into a desert-like region on the other side. And what you're kind of like just spat out onto like some sand, and you can see, if you were to look back from where you just came, it's something of like a sinkhole, although it looks smaller than what you just passed through.
A sinkhole in the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Sarlacc pit?
I guess I'll just keep moving.
Okay. So you're just like astral projecting on the beach, like just mouth hanging open while
I'm
okay.
Phil in the back of the car, basically.
All right. Thomas, is it your intention to return to the surface while this is happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not actually, like, useless.
No, we don't think so either.
You
Yeah.
can like
I have
split-
full
you can
control of
s-
my body.
You can split your
Yeah,
focus.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Where are you?
What?
Where are you?
I'm on the coast.
Oh,
With
of
you.
which coast?
I'm with you.
I know.
So what are you talking about?
But where else are you?
I mean, you don't even know that I'm somewhere else?
No. But where's your? He
I
can't
just
come back.
returned with my boots.
Where's your consciousness? Is it coming
Nobody
back?
knows. I
Yeah.
mean, unless you can talk while you're also
I can.
unconscious.
I can.
Okay.
That's pretty nice.
So, let's
Is
say
there
if you happen to be in a fairly expansive desert area,
Yeah.
how long would you be willing to kind of like tolerate that exposure? Like just in. I wonder if you can just maintain that like for like the rest of the day if you wanted to,
I
or
mean, as long as I'm awake, probably.
okay.
It is 4 a.m.
We ain't going to sleep.
I know. I'm just saying, but the body is what it is.
Not my body.
The mind is.
We have to deal with these crates. Gotta get them back to town.
Yeah.
We do.
So I'm gonna use a ritual.
Okay.
It is called Tensor's Floating Disc.
I'm familiar with that ritual.
Good.
That's been in D&D for quite some
Oh,
time.
this is for
I just need to know the weight limit.
I will use memories.
Okay.
Ooh, didn't quite make a difference. 500 pounds.
Okay. On And what's the area of the disc?
3 feet in diameter.
Okay. So, I suppose if you could just actually keep the crate intact,
Mm-hmm.
lift it on there, you could probably even stack up to 2 crates on there.
Depending on weight.
Yep.
But,
Okay.
yeah, the disc is a foot off the ground.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
not,
how
the
much
first
does a
crate's not a
halberd
big lift.
weigh?
Yeah, I gotta crunch some numbers here.
Because the coins, I imagine we take out and put in like.
Yeah,
our,
I'm not gonna worry about the coins.
The weight of that is.
Yeah. Let's say if a halberd weighs 9 pounds. Let's say the scimitar weighs. No, halberd probably weigh more than that. Scimitar probably weigh about 7 pounds.
And we had 29 of them.
I'm doing some numbers here, Mert. You can fit all the halberds and some of the scimitars on the disc. The rest of you guys will have to kind of just encumber yourselves with the swords.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
It's going to slow your return journey. You do have 2 horses, which will help.
Oh, yeah.
And is it your intention to not rest at all until you make it back into town?
No rest for the weary.
Okay.
That is pretty rough.
Buckle up.
Where's Gulk
Are you
with his
speaking
contraption?
for the group?
Damn right.
Okay. Well, while you're like still consciousness floating, I want to study my boots once I get to the shore.
That's a good call.
I mean, that's just in the background.
Just it's happening simultaneously
Yeah.
as your body.
Yeah. I'm with you guys.
He's here.
With
No.
successful endurance...
I'm a dual soul. He's a dual mind.
With successful endurance, you guys could make it back without resting in about 30 hours.
Oh my god.
What if we did rest?
Then it would be about 35 if you wanted the extended rest.
I think it's worth it. What's 5 hours?
Could be life or death.
Yeah, but if we get back there in the condition of people who've traveled for 30 hours
Yeah.
and just fought a wraith and got messed up by it,
You want to risk people's lives?
and your ritual, how long does that last?
24 hours.
Could you just redo it again and
I
see
mean,
if
I'm
you get?
probably going to have to.
Yep.
So-
If it costs 30 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So maybe you can carry most of it, which would speed our process up. It was because of the weight, right?
I guess.
So why don't we rest and get out once the sun is and we don't have lights.
Do you want to start moving now?
We
and
can,
then rest.
but it's dark now. I'd rather sleep while it's dark
It's
and
not
take
that
advantage of
dark.
the light.
That's true, I guess.
It's not
Might as
that.
well.
I mean, it's getting light.
Yeah, and
We might
a
as
couple
well
hours.
rest now. Then I can dry off my boots and study them.
If you take an extended rest, there won't be any endurance rolls required,
That's what I'm-
and thus potentially bad
That's
consequences
kinda what I
as a
was
result. So,
But no matter what, we're going to travel through
The
the
next
night.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, it will
well,
be.
after
It'll
this
still
rest.
be a hard journey, but it'll do you well to take a moment
It'll
beforehand.
downgrade to grueling
Hmm.
instead of breakneck.
Right. So if you break the consciousness and go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you'd be able to get back there as easily. Yeah.
No.
Wonder if your consciousness could make a little mark in the sand or something like that.
With, like, I could conjure a stick.
Yep,
and-
there you go.
Yeah.
That's like a major like SCP like researcher technique or something. Like I
Yep.
just need to make some sort of symbol to yeah.
I mean, it just looks like any desert I've ever
Yep,
seen.
right. It stretches out in all directions right now.
Alright, I'll make a mark, but I don't know if I'll ever get back here.
But you might be glad that you did. You might rue that decision and lead some horrible thing back to that sinkhole, but you can't know the consequences at this moment.
Okay.
All right.
So
Okay.
we sleep.
Yes, you guys take a rest, and then begin hauling your cargo between the horses, Tensor's disc, and yourselves. Get those much-needed weapons and go.
Well,
back
the
to
question, just so we understood, the weight, us having to carry the swords was because the disc wasn't.
the disc
heavy
reached
enough.
capacity with the
So-
halberds and some of the
So
swords.
he has to redo that ritual.
Yes.
Yeah, after 24 hours.
Well,
I'm not gonna sweat it.
okay.
I'll
will-
say he has the
I mean,
control.
I could roll higher.
That's the
Correct.
point.
Oh, to boost the weight
Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
Which would make it easier for us to move.
Yeah. Does the disc speed cap at a certain amount?
Yeah, I don't know.
It moves my base speed.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's gonna roughly be about the same amount of time either way.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Then we'll start going.
Could I examine the boots while
Yes.
we rest?
Yes. So you can do an active arcana roll now, which will be more potent.
27.
All right.
You're a wizard.
These boots allow you. These are custom boots, so you'll have to make a little note somewhere. You won't be able to input this.
Well, that's good because.
That means they're stronger.
Yeah.
Most idea they have better.
Well,
more
and
unique enchantments.
you can write it down now and not have to
Yes.
print up an item card.
These boots, upon your will, once per encounter, can anchor you completely to where you're standing, barring the most supernatural force pushing you off of where you are. Whether you are on the ocean floor, on dry ground, on a wall, on a ceiling, you will remain fixed in this location against only the most mightiest of forces. So
Does it
push and pull effects, all sorts of things that would move you. This is going to trump that unless it's an extreme situation.
But it can't be like, could it be falling? Like I just like they just
You,
lock
you,
up.
you need a surface for the boots to anchor
Okay.
to. The air would not work.
Okay.
They also give you +1 for your fortitude defense as a small bonus.
This offers no advantage to us in this fight.
Nope, but maybe someday it'll really be of great.
I'll be in the middle of the battlefield, just anchored, just taking blows.
Okay.
No matter what happens to my body, it will not be moved.
Okay. Let's see. Ardith Bay, do you read me?
I do.
Okay. You move swiftly throughout the night to beat the orcs back to camp. Or, pardon me, back to Autumndale. I will need you to spend 2 healing surges to do this. If you have them available. Otherwise, we'll dip into your HP. I believe your total number of healing surges should support this. You should find it somewhere on your sheet.
Yeah, my computer shut down.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, you can just... We'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you had them to spend. So you can just like make note of that in case you reach a point where you haven't rested yet and it becomes
I have
relevant.
6.
Okay, yep. So you have made it back into town. You see that preparations are underway for the town's defenses. There's training drills, work being done on the towers, a trench is being dug. I've noted your arrival time. Yes, you've arrived. This is about just under 2 days since you left town, from when you first ran into orcs and running back. And there's no signs that the scouting party has beat you here, and you are nearly certain that you have beat them, that you would have otherwise spotted them or had some indication that they were gaining on your pace.
Okay.
So the council is here. None of your other party is here. Golk and Hubert are also here, and everyone's just
Later
going
she
about
falls
their
from the
business.
sky.
So I'll go to the council to report what I've seen.
Podcast.
Okay.
I've been listening to for years.
and-
Today.
Just for their benefit, how many orcs did you
I have no
cite?
idea. I'm waiting for them to give it a review.
6 orcs coming from the north, looking like an advanced scouting party. They spoke about Major Gorza as the leader of their army, and they spoke that
Okay.
And they also spoke the need for boats and hoped that the boats were being built swiftly to get them to the town in the south.
Okay.
And then last I saw, they were heading southeast, which I believe to be towards Autumndale.
The council murmurs amongst themselves at your tidings for a bit. Then Theodon kind of speaks, confirming that it was good that you've taken such actions already to prepare the town. And it seems almost certainly that a larger attack will be coming to bear, and that this intelligence will be helpful. Did you cite the main army itself? Theodon asks you as you finish your report.
No, I actually couldn't see them.
Let us hope they are still many days behind that scouting party. What do you suggest next then, Ardith Bay? Shall we send some of the more skillful guard to lead an ambush party with you? Or should we wait here and drive them off once they approach within sight of our outer defenses?
It may be best for us to meet them.
Do you feel you could anticipate their bearings?
I do.
Good. Then perhaps we can slaughter the lot of them before they ever reach the town.
I think that would be best.
How many of our forces would you like in this endeavor?
Probably 4, if they can be spared.
Oh, of course. We will, and I trust that you would desire bowmen, or would you like skilled with the sword?
2 of each.
And you feel this will be enough to overwhelm this the scouting party you spotted?
If more could be spared, I would gladly accept more. But I understand we're in the middle of preparations here as well.
They discuss amongst each other. Gaspar says up to 12 men could be sent with you at once.
Well, I'll take 10 then.
Okay. We'll say you get 6 archers and 4 swordmen to come with you.
Okay.
All right, and then let's just do it this way, Ardith Bay. If you were to meet them in roughly open terrain, what would be your general strategy? If there was just this group of 6 orcs, and you had some sort of sight on them before they were aware of you.
I would have the archers take pot shots at them.
Okay.
Try and weaken them before our presence was known, and then have the swordsmen hold the line to finish them off if need be.
Okay. And then my last question will be like a positioning question. Would you just have everybody with Ardith Bay, or would you attempt to do some sort of like splitting of your forces or anything of that nature?
Well, it wouldn't have us too far apart,
Okay.
but could split like 3 and 4 for the archers, kind of on like east and west, to get a different, I guess, angle,
Okay.
so they don't know necessarily where the attack is coming from,
Yep.
and then the swordsman would occupy more the middle area, preferably out of sight until they came running.
Okay. Can you draw on a piece of paper? It's you plus the 10, so you've got 11 total.
Oh yeah, I have 11.
Yeah. So let's just put the orcs right in the middle, and then just draw me a picture of where ideally you'd have everybody situated when they reach that spot in the middle. And you can write A's for archers and S's for swordsmen, and then AB for Ardith Bay. Then I'll know exactly what you're springing into action.
And it's just like this open field.
Yeah, just assume that for now. I mean, yeah.
Not the greatest at tactics, you know.
Bless you, Thomas.
Thank you.
I understand that, but since you've been entrusted with this task to intercept the scouting party, it falls on you to do your best in the circumstances. Since you are separated from the party at large still. Just think of Fire Emblem.
How is she talking to the council right now?
She's not. She was. She returned.
She went scouting, came back
Yeah.
She ran back.
Yep.
And now she's going back out
with the men.
with the men.
With men.
11, with 10 of the guard. And we had 15, right?
Total?
Guards.
Yep.
Not militia, not men who were capable, but guards who actually were already. And those are the ones I was training mostly. Most of the guards.
Okay, I've received an image from Ardith Bay. I will share this to Signal Chat so you guys can take a look. Remember, you won't be able to influence this, but it'll be for your benefit that you can see what she drew up.
Cool.
Signal. Oh, Signal isn't even an option in my suggestions. I'll have to save the image then.
So secure.
Yeah. So, is that Ardith Bay?
You said right B for Ardith Bay.
Okay, yep, thank you. I was just making sure.
A for archers, B for bay.
Yep,
That's
and then your
my
swordsman.
sword.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to take just a series of rolls from you, Ardith Bay. Where did I put that little... Here it is.
Yeah, we're definitely not. It's doing a big battle now.
Probably a music video or something going.
Okay. I'll grant you your perception because it's high enough passively.
Well,
So you spot them as they're coming into the field. And then, I assume, is your goal, if they try to run away, just to hunt them down?
Well, yes, and it'd be nice to capture one of them.
Okay. Even if that means it might be a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Okay,
And take an arrow to the knee.
yes. Okay. I first roll base charisma. This is just how much confidence you inspire in your fellow men.
Just a D20.
Yep.
13.
Okay, that's not bad. They trust in your plan. Next, a stealth roll for you.
Do I have any concealment?
Oh, sorry. Before this. Okay, yeah, you passed the perception, so you were able to get partial concealment. Plus any magical items you have. I think you have something that boosts stealth.
So I rolled a 15.
Okay, that's good.
12 plus 5 plus 2.
Alright. And do you have is your daily ability the bear trap? The hunter's bear. Okay. Let's roll that to see, because I'm sure at some point in battle you would use that, and I'm interested to see how that roll would go.
I rolled a 15 plus 7 versus AC, so 22. And then do you want me to roll damage?
Yes.
So 19 plus 4, 23.
Because where's the 19 come from?
2d10s plus 4.
Very good.
The 0's 10, right?
Yes. You can add quarry damage too. Let's see how you do on that.
Plus 4.
Capture just one orc is your goal.
Orion
Yeah.
class.
Okay.
This is Orion class.
And lastly, just give me a raw d20.
16.
Okay, yeah, it was important for me to kind of do this quickly, or kind of get the big picture, because you're actually going to beat the rest of the party back to town. So I needed to have this essentially concluded so that I didn't have to just either end the session or just have this weird gap of knowledge in what they came back to. So, yeah, basically, you were largely successful. It was fortunate that you could get reinforcements to help you with the orcs. It would have been far too much for you to handle on your own. One of the orcs, despite your best efforts, escaped. You killed 4, captured 1, and you lost 2 of your own men in the undertaking.
They suck.
The orcs are significantly stronger than anyone sent with you, so you really shouldn't see it as any kind of defeat.
Was it archers or swordsmen who died?
I'll leave that entirely up to you. As Goldberry remembered the carnage, what did she witness?
One of each.
Okay. So you'll have that to report to the council. You have a wounded but conscious orc that you're bringing back with you.
That piece of
Yes, he is cursing and biting and spitting at you guys all the while as you drag him back.
piece of shit.
Okay. So I will. That'll conclude Ardith Bay's ambush account for now.
Very good.
Yep. So we'll just continue this policy here.
Alright.
Let me update my timeline.
Was she
Okay.
gonna get back to town before we did?
Yes.
Mhm.
Almost a full day ahead of you guys.
'Cause I don't know how long it took you guys to travel.
Yes,
But now this
so-
is a day and a half of or a
Yeah,
day.
let me just. I'll put
30
it to you
hours
guys
back.
this way. Day 2, day 3. Okay. So the morning of day 1 is when you ran into Golk, and he explained to you guys about Hubert, and you went back to the council for their follow up after you guys had done the previous day. That was the morning of day 1.
Mhm.
It is the late night of day 4 that you guys come back into town.
And she came back one. Day.
She returned from her ambush mission early night of day 3.
Okay.
So that was, like I said, about a little more than a day ago that encounter took place.
Okay.
Because you guys ventured further out
Sure.
and are bringing back a load,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to the elf that was just like sprinting with her natural speed that was just higher. So it does all make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, these weapons are useless,
But you could sell them if you wanted to.
Wait, why are they useless?
well, we have to abandon the town.
Oh, because the rest of them are because the huge thing is coming.
Well, this whole operation is predicated on the idea that Autumndale is defenseless.
Mm-hmm.
By acting against the recon,
They are not.
they can see we're not, and they're going to bring their full force. So, we have to abandon town.
Oh, yeah, we wanted the Trojan horse in.
Ideally, if we were there and had known that the recon was on the way, we would have just been able to pretend that the town was going on as normal,
Right.
instead of training.
Mm.
So even if she hadn't ambushed them, if the town was training, it still would have had the same effect.
Yeah. Okay. You guys make it back at night. You see progress has been made on the trench. You see no drills are taking place right now. A lot of people are just probably resting in their homes.
Thomas. What is happening to you?
Brunch pockets.
It looks like you just came back from brunch.
Yeah, he's just missing a yogurt or a banana or something. Okay. So
We'll go to the council.
yes, they convene a late night meeting for your return. You see, they all themselves look a little bit tired and worn. They've clearly been lending their energies and efforts to getting the town ready. And Gaspar shares the fact that he and Bacchus have been in the nasty business of interrogating an orc. But Thadon says, first we must hear of how your venture went. Were you successful?
It might not matter. Why is there an orc here?
A scouting party reached the outskirts of town.
Oh,
They were intercepted by Ardith Bay and a group of our town's defenders.
I see.
We were victorious in the skirmish and even managed to capture one.
Were there any escapees?
Yes, they are fleet-footed, and one was able to return back to the camp. However, from our discussion, the entire scouting party not returning would likely have had a similar effect on the army's readiness.
Then I'm afraid we're gonna have to abandon the town.
There's murmuring. Thadon quiets and says, "Please explain your rationale, Artemis."
Okay, I'll explain what I explained.
Yep.
But you must explain it to Thadon.
Of course. Since the enemy is now aware that we are defensible, they will bring their full force against us. Which, frankly, this town and its people are not prepared for. We will only be leading them like lambs to the slaughter. And I cannot condone it.
And this derives from the fact that since this force was able to overrun Gabar, you feel that we will fare no better?
These orcs, were they capable in combat?
Ardith Bay, would you care to testify? I will say that, I'll tell you that they were quite determined and vicious and skillful in their fight against you.
Okay.
You want me to testify to the council? Or...
Yeah, well, yeah, Artemis is asking how.
Oh,
Yeah.
Art?
Yes.
It was awful. There
Okay.
were 6 smelly, vile orcs, and we were able to kill 4 of them. They are much stronger than the horses we have But we did take one as prisoner.
And how many men did you lose?
2.
Now, my lords, imagine 500 of these orcs rampaging into your town. Imagine 1,000. Are you prepared to face this?
We would surely be overwhelmed.
Indeed. I suggest fleeing to Blue Cape and reinforcing there.
Do we have a time span we think that scout or that one that escaped will get back to their forces all the way to the north?
I think it would be most prudent to assume he's already reached the main army group, wherever they are. Our messengers have not yet returned from Midas and Blue Cape, but it perhaps would be too great a risk to wait and see if they are able to bring reinforcements. It would be a great loss to lose all that we have built here, but there is no price we can put on our own lives.
That's correct.
And the women and children have already left.
They're already on their way to Blue Cape, so Blue Cape would be our destination as well. Should we take this course of action?
Does Ardith Bay inform us of what she heard from the orcs?
Of the ships?
Yes. Is it? I mean, I think it's safe to say, Ardith Bay, that the party would be informed of everything you overheard in that conversation.
That is correct.
Okay.
So they're building ships to sail to Blue Cape.
So an encounter is inevitable.
Meaning they have enough forces that they
To
believe
attack.
they can take Blue Cape. They could certainly take Autumndale.
Of course. Didn't we say it's 30 times bigger than
Yes.
Autumndale?
Yes.
What if
So
we
I see-
rig Autumndale's explosives?
There are no explosives.
Gulk would be
This
the only
isn't
one that has
Sprawl.
crazy things.
Gunpowder.
This isn't the sprawl.
What
Like
if
5,000 years ago they had
You could,
gunpowder.
well, yeah,
It's
but
not real.
It's exceedingly rare and considered more sorcery than science.
Yeah.
Like you would not have a big supply of it at hand. It's like kind of
What
like
if
Lord of the
you
Rings,
put
where like Saruman's got some
Thomas
gunpowder, and like it's like it's
in
not
the
even-
catapult that Gulk sent us with all the halberds and swords tied to him and just launch him at the army?
I suggest
Don't rely on any of Golk's tools
No,
for your main
I-
plan. That'll never go
That
the
will
way you
never
want it
work.
to. Yeah. Okay.
the people of Autumndale move to Blue Cape, and our group does a little sabotage on these ships they're building.
Okay. So head north.
What kind?
Where do we think their
Nighttime raid.
Okay. Where do we think that their facility is? Or
Well,
where?
that's what I'm hoping we're going to glean from this captured orc.
Okay. Because that has to be up by Gabar.
Or further north.
Or
Further north.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean.
Oh, it's in enemy territory.
Yeah.
It's going to be dangerous.
Okay.
We can do it.
But first, we must discover its location.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, have you learned anything from this orc?
We're like we'd be quite horrifying to this thing. Just have him like mimic his voice.
For what?
I mean, we can
I'm
do
not
some
doing
terrifying
anything.
stuff.
Oh yeah, we definitely can.
We can poke holes. We can take the crowbar to their ships.
Who's the one that Thomas talks to of the council? Danton, right?
No, that's Baron Dooky's main man.
Gaspar.
Gaspar is Thomas's
Just
main
find
man.
some stuff Gaspar gives, some potions that would.
I have some. I forgot how many. I didn't write
6.
that number.
He was
Half a
building.
dozen.
He was actually making them for you.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
half
And
a
a
dozen.
lot of time's passed, so now they might actually be able to start dishing out these rewards for some of you guys.
Yes. I should go speak to
4
Gaspar.
days. That's
Yep.
true. It's been 4 days.
So
But we want to do the torturing
yeah, okay, we'll do the torturing first.
discussion.
Okay.
All right. Gaspar, in dismay, confides to the party that this orc seems extremely well conditioned against physical torture, just physical pain.
Oh, I've got some mental pain.
Yes, he was hoping that someone with the talent to break the orc's mind might be put into play here. He has no pity for the creature, but he has to concede a certain respect for how resistant he is to all known methods of physical torture. So
What if we convince him through diplomacy?
Do you think that will work? Does
he scoffs at that, but he doesn't want to discount any of your suggestions because you guys have had success with things not considered possible.
If
yet.
he
Or it
is
could be
well
false
trained
prophecy.
physically, it seems like he's willing to die even to hold on to
Right.
his secrets.
So that's why we need to ply him with honey rather than vinegar.
Artemis,
But what could we offer an orc?
you hear in your mind?
What?
How many voices do you think he can have in his mind?
Is this the first time you've initiated your?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you have that ability as well?
Yeah.
So we could put both our voices in his mind.
Good cop, bad cop.
But telepathy right in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably
That
the
goes
best
beyond
approach.
the physical.
I was just gonna say, out of character, I have a power that lets me use my Arcana check in place of bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate.
Yeah, I know. I know that's what. I partly know that's what you were going. Because you'd be
So
the
I
most
could-
skilled of us actually in those areas.
So whatever route we go, we can make a pretty good skill check.
Well, I don't know of anything diplomatic we could say.
No.
There's no deal we could come to.
No, and physical would be intimidation.
As for a lie,
Yeah. I don't know what this guy cares. What can we?
yeah, it's tricky. I mean, we could
Could
let him
go and
Intimidate-
follow him.
Yeah, I know, but it's a long trek.
We could make him believe that we'll. No, I don't know.
Yeah, but if
Orcs
we
are
let him
tricky.
go, will he really believe that?
Or would he even
we're
care?
not going to fall. You're right. Would he just jump off a cliff in the?
Yeah, that'd be something else, wouldn't it? Follow him. He
he
just
just-
leaps
he
off a
He
cliff.
overwatches it, Jay. Don't give him alt charge.
Yeah,
That's what he
I
does.
guess so.
That's why I say the tactic of speaking into his
Yeah.
mind, where he does not have, has not been so conditioned, is the best option.
I think I agree.
So
All right. So you can double team.
Yep. I
Okay.
don't
I'll
know
use
if
my
I-
shaped consciousness, so he's a little even more unsure of what's going on.
it's
I
even more
actually
frightening.
had one thought for a lie. What if we made him think that we were willing to assist the orcs for some kind of price?
A double.
We were willing
Double
to betray
agent?
the town or something.
That's not probably. It's not a terrible idea. But the problem is, then we'd actually have to go into the forces. How do you?
I guess what are we trying to learn? We're just trying to
Trying to learn the
Location.
location of where they're building these ships.
Yeah, because you made it clear that they were in that process.
if we made him believe that we were, that we somehow wanted to betray the town, we're gonna go to the ships to give information, go here,
Otherwise, I might look into the library. Because chances are, wherever they have their main base has probably been
Something.
something in the past
Mm.
that they didn't just pop up out of nowhere.
All right. One thing at a time.
Yes. Which way?
Yeah.
Should we go?
If you'd like
We could
during
do the
some sort of
torturing.
interrogation,
We have-
I could go check out the library.
Yeah.
Kill
Especially
somebody
because we
before.
have to leave in about 10-15 minutes. So we could do the torturing first, and then he can do the
I've
library.
already frequented the library. This will be my
Yeah.
second time.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
so I guess you're looking for
Orc history, based cross-reference geography. Maybe I can see where some former locations base is north of Gabar.
Okay.
Give me a library use. Oh wait, that's wrong.
Addition.
I have a 5 in there.
That's Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, is that really a thing in Call of
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, I got
It's like
yeah.
a foundational
Library
skill.
use?
Yeah.
Of course.
All right.
Otherwise, we can just throw them in the snow globe for a little bit.
That is a third.
That is those Heisman.
Or just sit them in a room with gold for a while. All right. You rush off to the library, Baron Dookie.
Okay.
Start poring over tomes. You see Hubert's been in here this whole time reading.
I acknowledge it.
He,
I flick him a gold.
he greets. Ooh. I haven't gotten to update his.
Yeah, actually, how is he? How is his?
Who
Is he
knows?
famished? How is he doing? Is he hungry?
No, he says Golk's been throwing him scraps here and there.
Oh, that's nice of gold.
Dude,
He's
yeah.
been throwing us.
Did we tell the city we found 2,500 gold?
No.
All right. I like Thomas.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
well, in
That's
the
our war
mindset
chest.
of what we're thinking now, it's not in the plans to.
I mean, money isn't really useful to us either.
Not right now.
Not where we're
no.
going.
Okay.
I do. I was gonna say. this
Hubert will assist you with
I
your
was gonna
library.
ask him.
Yes.
Yeah.
was-
He's going to help pour over the old records. He also recommends bringing as much of the collection with you as possible in your exodus from the town.
Okay.
We cannot let this be given up to the fires of the orcs' torches. We must preserve this knowledge if we can. ILS can only carry but the smallest of volumes.
Throw that into the snowboard.
The what?
You can only throw living stuff.
Come now, let us see if we can discover the location of the orc base.
All right.
Alright, add a +2 to your history roll.
I'm gonna need that actually.
Okay.
Oh boy.
A bird,
Not so
a
good
rat,
at history.
a human-like rabbit.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
that's why I wanted to go to the library.
What's your history?
You could have, I suppose.
Did you do history? You said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my
It's
history.
an 8.
Okay. I see that this is a most obscure text. It's possible this library simply does not contain the knowledge we need. But let me begin directing you on which books to carry out.
Okay.
I have made a bit of a priority list, and you see as like this tiny little thing of
Yeah.
alright, he starts pointing you. So will you assist Hubert in preparing
Yeah.
some of the most important okay.
Of course.
Torture time.
Torture?
time.
Yep. You guys just describe to me your general strategy. If both of you plant yourselves in this orc's mind,
Mine.
what do you say to it? What do you want it to do? Do you offer more torment? Do you offer relief if it tells you? Like, just give me your general plan. Of
Alright.
your,
I guess we'll have to talk about
yeah.
which way you want to go.
Hmm.
Are we direct?
It doesn't
I would
have the highest
say-
intelligence. I mean, it's a proud,
Right.
embittered
We-
creature.
Try to convince it that it's conscience speaking to it.
I agree.
Okay.
And
Like a higher.
Its only chance of survival is to tell these people what they want to know.
I think that's very good.
Yeah. Okay. I'll ask for a bluff and an arcana, one from each of you.
My bluff's better. Mine. They're
My
about the
arcane
same.
is 11.
So I feel like
What's
I
your
should
bluff?
be in there bluffing now.
1.
5.
Yeah, see, we should
So
have
I'm the better
swapped.
bluff.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yeah, we
12.
should've swapped.
Yeah,
He doesn't
so
have
You don't
the-
have telepathy.
That's true.
And since you guys are in concert and with the shape consciousness, you can both add +2
Okay.
additionally.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
So you're doing Arcana.
Yeah. I'll even add some memories to it.
I rolled very good.
I didn't know you're such a bluffer.
25 for
Charisma.
Arcana.
And I got 23 for bluff. Oh no, the +2, 25 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
What'd
harmony.
you roll?
10.
I rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Alright.
at the right time to lie. Yeah, my charisma's high, dude. And the
That's
charisma-
my house.
So
It-
you and I know.
It takes some time, even with the skill of your rolls.
True.
This orc has been hardwired to just follow a very simple coda, do this, kill this, receive these base rewards, never betray anything of that. But you certainly convince it that it is its own consciousness communicating to itself, and that this is something it wants. You convince it of that. And it... Now, do either of you specifically have a class feature that lets you, go into its mind, and see its thoughts?
No.
I don't think about the seeing.
Probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have
Right.
I have two-way telepathic communication.
Okay, so it's... You both certainly able of communicating mentally.
Bring it
with
in.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
And
if its consciousness talks back to us, it's two-way. So we can hear
Yeah.
what it says, but I don't think we can just see
yeah,
it
it
floating.
eventually spouts out a location
Okay.
where he says, "We build them here, tear the trees down," and it basically just provides a geographic description.
Like a
is
latitude,
the best it can.
longitude type of thing. Wow.
No,
oh,
not
sure.
even that good.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
He talks about following the coast up a certain way,
Sure.
going that. So he provides general instructions. Ardith Bay, we will say, is present for this, so that she can have probably the best estimate out of any of you with nature, knowing where that
The woods.
location would be.
Okay.
And Ardith Bay, if you are there, I will say, you can just make a note, bless you, Thomas, that you have a rough location for where the boats are being built, based on what this orc, in all truthfulness, according to Artemis and Mert, has confessed in its mental torment.
Okay.
Okay.
You get additionally, the orc just starts spouting out anything that it thinks might please you guys, just to satisfy this conscious impulse it has. The orc talks about the Dark Lord, the Hand of the Abyss, recovering his strength to conquer all of Beryllion. He has been recovering for 500 years. He is served by 4 portals which draw him legions from other worlds and planes within Zook-Nul, and that there will be no hope for any who oppose him. And the rest of that is just kind of rote, kind of repetitions of what he's already spoken to. He's given several different figures for the size of the army. Now it seems most of those are just in defiance of what his captors were saying. And I will just say, as a final success for your guys' concert roll, this orc himself probably doesn't know how large the army is himself. He's just been giving answers to satisfy you. But he rarely gave any answer below, like 1,000, 2,000.
Sure.
So it's quite, yeah.
Didn't say any like specifics about these portal locations though.
They are all in the Lord's lands, so probably somewhere in the northeastern corner of the continent, near the Ashen lands of Zook-Nul.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's it then.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just force hammer him until he's dead.
Force hammer.
Yeah.
So does like a spectral hammer appear above his head and just start going?
It's just psychic.
Okay, so he just starts like head banging violently until he just cool. All right, let me get to rewards.
Okay.
Before you guys have to go. Ardith Bay, Bacchus has completed a armor for you in gratitude for bringing the tortured existence of Grey Fang to an end and uncovering the truth of that matter. He does add as a stipulation that further tracking down this necromancer or whatever individual's responsible for patching together this flesh and tainting the nature of these beasts, that'll be an investigation for another time to track him down. But in gratitude for what you've done, you are given Sylvan leather armor. So that's +1, and it has additional small skill bonuses with that. That is in the online character builder. So if you need help finding that, I will assist you when you get home, but that is what you have received. If they have so if you go to leather armor, they might have the different magic categories, and then they'll probably ask for the strength of the enchantment. So you might want to look for Sylvan first, Sylvan.
Okay.
All right. Lilith will finish your armor very soon, Mert. But for simplicity, I think we'll be just able to add it to your inventory.
Okay.
You get a set of dwarven armor to size of you, which is
Excellent.
+1 enchantment.
I've taken care of a dwarf, and I get rewarded for it.
Merrick, you now have a batch of 5. You didn't have the potions until now. Now you do.
Okay.
You have 5 improved. You can just call them Gaspar elixirs. He says that should come without the damage to yourself. Now it should just be a pure bonus for you. Okay. I think that's it for those for now. Yep.
The location that Ardith, is it to the north near Gabar in any way?
What Ardith Bay can relate to you, and I will be speaking on her behalf here because this is all very intangible. The way you kind of derive this from him.
For sure.
It's about halfway up the coast between Gabar and where the lands of Zook Nul have been traditionally ascribed on the maps.
Okay.
Basically, there's like this patch of woods right here where they've been felling the timber north of Gabar. So it's probably, I mean, the fate of Gabar was probably sealed long ago. They
Just
were already
because of
beginning. They were already staging operations there. So you're already familiar with that journey, and it shouldn't be too much further if the orcs' information was correct about where they're building these crafts. So.
Okay. And I say to him, wasn't there a cave you were looking for over there?
Yeah.
You'll have an opportunity to perhaps return and seek it out.
Okay. Well then, I guess we have to discuss the plan of sabotage. If
Well,
that is what we still want to do.
The council's confident that they'll be able to guarantee the safety of all the other defenders if the plan is to leave immediately, and that they will wait for your return in Blue Cape. Unless you would like some peripheral, some of the guards or even a member of the council or two to
This
accompany
is a
you.
stealth operation.
Especially you will have to deal with much of getting to Blue Cape and explaining the situation. I would rather have you deal with that.
I will send my cart to the south.
Okay.
I can be parted from it. I can pack a bit lighter if need be, Golk says.
We're really only delaying the inevitable by destroying the ship,
Correct.
because they'll still eventually sweep
Yes.
south. So after that, we'll have to look into these portals.
Get the sigil stones and close the oblivion gates there,
Yeah,
right? Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
How can we destroy ships?
Fire.
Fire. He's got a lot of it. And I mean, we can make fire.
And I have psionic spark, so I can just light anything on fire.
Yeah.
Wicked goop.
Yeah. I'm not worried about the sabotage operation. It's after that that I'm concerned
Before
about.
Gulk sends his thing away, could we buy things from?
Like what?
I think that gold dust thing would be worthwhile for Thomas to have.
What is that? The enchantment?
Yes.
That will add a +1 magic enchantment to your weapon.
Yes.
Well, how long does that take?
You need a. Do you follow Hester, Thomas?
No, he does.
He did. You could probably perform it, given about it, like the bulk of a day to work on it. You could probably do it.
I don't know if we have that time. But we could buy it so we have it, but I doubt we were going to wait very long.
Anything else you got, Gold?
Yeah.
You know,
Before you send your card away, especially.
right, and I can always find a few oddities in my backpack that I forget about, but no, I mean, going down to Blue Cape, that'll open up a whole new world of merchandise, but I'm kind of strapped right now.
Okay.
I mean, well, so if we split up that 2,600,
2,500.
2,500.
2,500.
Everybody get 500. Ardith isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I could spend my 500 on the dust. I
You
guess,
could.
if I want.
I mean, you should. It's a great.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to have.
Yeah.
You know.
Because you won't be able to just buy magical weapons in shops. And
Right.
So you might be able to get wondrous items and things in that nature, and you might be able to steal magic armor and weapons from like palaces and things like that. But I'm not really going to have that available where it's like, oh, I've got 12,000
Right.
gold. I
Tell
can
me
always
your
get
inventory.
right. Yeah, right. So
I certainly have a concern. We're heading into the belly of the beast without really being prepared.
just Fast and Furious style. How'd you know I was going to work? I didn't. Yeah.
We're,
don't have much
we're
of
not
a
very strong.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking shipwreck encounter.
Yeah,
The
that was
water-
just
the
one
water-
ship, and it was
One
already
ship,
wrecked.
yeah, one ghost.
It was already
Well,
Yeah.
it was water.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
affecting.
solo encounter, so that's
Yeah.
going to be a tougher monster when you do. a
Ardith
solo
was
encounter.
not there with us,
Yeah.
Right.
and she's our eyes and ears better than any of us.
What, one
steady
does not
range DPS.
simply walk into Zuko.
No.
I do want to buy
Does
that
math
dust.
doesn't work.
All right,
I'll buy the dust from.
it's an even 500.
All right. So everybody gets 500 of each.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Ardith should
So
know that too.
What are they called?
Yep,
Gold
you can
dust.
add Ardith Bay. You can add 500 gold to your treasury.
You too, Jake.
Sure you did.
Yep. Thomas, you just won't add anything.
Right.
You spend it, and because you didn't try to haggle with Bulk, he respects that. Meaning, not only will it be a +1 enchantment, but it'll be within level range of the additional bonus, where you get like a little like trait with it too.
Oh.
So it'll be a slightly better than just the vanilla +1 enchantment. Bulk puts a little bit of his own extra powder in there to spice it.
One magic powder.
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah,
magic
that's
dust just waiting.
You got the
Uh-huh.
magic.
Yep, and you've got your 5 potions now too. So.
I don't actually have one, but I wouldn't mind just in case. Does he have a disguise kit?
Gulk?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got like a bunch of those in the wagon.
I'll buy one if that's alright.
You may purchase one for market value.
He doesn't have any ritual tomes,
I don't think it's
does
very
he?
much.
No, what is that?
Ritual what?
Tomes.
Oh, to like learn a new ritual?
Yeah.
Would that allow you to learn one from like a certain pool?
Yeah, the list, yeah.
He promises you, upon arriving in Blue Cape, he can track one down for you.
Okay.
Yep.
I might never make it to Blue Cape, but
Right, but that'll keep you motivated. Like, I gotta make it there, get a new ritual tome.
Mhm.
Yep.
You said you're not worried about actually sabotaging the ships. You think that's already all covered?
well, I think if we make it to the ships, that's a fairly easy
He's
process.
worried more about getting to the ships, keeping stealth a secret, encountering anything and dealing with
Well,
it.
that's like their base.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, we don't know that.
Well,
We
obviously there's some orcs there.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't think,
Hubert strolls up to you guys and he says, "What do you intend for my role in all this? Shall I go with the rest down to the city?"
probably be
He
safest.
should be coming with us.
I mean,
So we can
he
keep
has
feeding
no abilities.
Right.
Tell him to get a job.
Get a job?
Eat the funds.
But I would not want something to happen to him. We're going into pretty rough
Yes.
territory.
Ardith Bay gets to weigh in on this as
Yes,
well.
of course. Oh, I understand.
Did you say he's your friend?
He's my friend.
Yeah.
So you want him to risk his life?
You want him in danger?
You want him hounded by orcs?
Well, I will let it be his choice.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I suppose he's sentient.
He thinks ultimately it is best until he learns more of the world that this may be an appropriate time for him to part ways from your company, though it pains him to do so.
Is Gulk going down to...
Gulk thought he was coming with you guys.
That's what he said. He said he
Well,
was sending
who's
his
gonna
cart.
look after Hubert?
Lilith? We may
The
have,
the council would probably take that under their responsibility.
we will
Are
have,
we telling the council of Hubert now?
Oh, that's true. They don't know yet.
maybe we
They don't
tell him
know
to act
his
like a.
abilities.
Just it's our pet. It's our pet rat.
Okay, so
It's our
maybe
mascot.
just tell Gaspar that they need to look after, or Bacchus,
Yeah.
they need to look after a bunny for some time.
Hopefully you don't get
Yeah.
hungry.
Ardith, you do know that Bacchus, knowing his respect for nature and the natural order of things, would take good care of Hubert.
How are we gonna go? See you guys.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Real quick, do you have underwater breathing abilities?
What?
Does the sorcerer have like underwater breathing?
No, obviously not. That would have come up.
Yeah.
No.
What
Sorry,
are you
guys.
thinking?
See you guys.
Underwater trips and ships, like submarines.
Yeah.
This guy.
But
Can
Hubert does then
you?
say, I suppose this would
Well, I can.
also cause some difficulty, as this Bacchus you speak of would not know of my strange dietary preferences. Perhaps it would be best that I come with you. I can lay low and spirit myself away if things get
I mean, I could
dangerous.
just send my conscious in, conjure some oil, light it on fire, move to the next ship.
What's the range on your consciousness?
Unlimited. I sent it into that fucking desert.
Well, then there's no problem at all. There's no danger at all. You just send your
I
consciousness
said that.
in. But it's not even hard to get to the ships then either.
What? It's like a 12-day trip.
Even for a consciousness at
Like
breakneck
when I
speed?
go to sleep, the consciousness breaks.
So you just have to stay awake.
That long.
Or just get you some magic
dangerous. Yeah.
Alright.
Magic dust.
Hubert actually strongly wishes to venture with the party now because of his access to eating his diet that way.
So we travel like 11 days of the way there, and then you just put
Yeah.
consciousness in, basically.
That's why I said I'm not too worried about the
I
actual
will look
sabotage.
after Hubert.
Okay. He appreciates that, and like hops into like a little like pouch or backpack that you have for him.
Oh, it's like a Yoda backpack.
Yeah, right.
Baby Yoda.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to achieve in town before you tell everyone to pack up? The council will be departing immediately with the remainder of those who remain behind.
Well, as long as we have proper rations.
Oh, they will see that you have at least very much as you can load into your packs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to buy a physical crowbar.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Oh.
It's actually not. It might be possible there are none in town.
6.
I was gonna ask if it was 5 or lower.
Okay.
So you find the last one in town. It's sold to you at a premium.
How premium?
3 gold pieces.
Okay. That's 3 gold out of Rupert's mouth.
Yikes.
Hubert.
What did
Yeah.
I say?
Rupert.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I lose any arrows?
Yeah. Subtract 10, please.
Okay. I have 75. Does that seem like enough, or should
Yes.
I buy more?
I don't think you need to worry about buying more at this juncture.
Okay.
If you want to just get back to an even 100, you just subtract 25 silver.
Okay.
Or no, it's not 25 silver. It's like subtract 2 silver to get back to 100. Okay.
I think that's it.
Yep. We won't proceed further. Thank you for joining us via teleconference tonight, Ardith Bay.
Oh, my pleasure.
I think it actually worked out pretty well.
It did. I got to make my dessert. You have to show them the picture.
I will show them the picture of the dessert she made.
Okay. Very good.
I will see you later.
See you at home.
Yes. Bye-bye. Alright, you guys want to see her creation?
Is that like just the topping there, and is there like a cake underneath?
Yeah. Well, there's a charlotte underneath.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And I probably won't get to eat any of that, unfortunately, because it's for a work-related, competition.
She'll never make it again.
Well, if people love it, I mean, my birthday's coming up, so I can just be like, why don't you just
no.
make that again?
There you have it.
Okay. Well,
Did you have that big battle all planned out?
no, I had, like, parameters of the fight, conditions of, like, based on how much you guys did to prepare for it, like, I had a number of things, but no, I didn't spend, like, an inordinate amount of time, because I know better than that at this
Yeah,
point.
of
Yep,
course.
so, yep. Okay.
And I certainly planned on being ready for it,
Yep.
but it
Nope.
really depended on what Gyro did.
Nope, right now you guys can appreciate the difficulties when, party splits up for necessity that it doesn't
Yeah.
allow for, but I'm glad that you've got a larger plan in your head and that you're sticking to it, so.
I mean,
Very good.
It would have been a massacre.
For them. Yeah, I know, yeah.
I feel like no matter what, the town would have probably lost in the battle.
That would have been rough, man.
Well, you've never actually laid your eyes on the army, so you've only gotten secondhand accounts and skilled inferences based on skill checks and attribute rolls and stuff. But yeah, someday you will come face to face with this.
With Zooknul.
Yes,
Yeah.
with maybe one of many armies, or maybe just the army of Zooknul. It's just
So he,
yep.
to get that correct, so he said the army comes out the portals.
like 4 different portals.
Yeah.
That pull from different realms.
Yeah, it's just feeding the forces. So yeah.
So it could be all sorts of shit.
And there's someone in control.
The Dark
Lord. Yeah.
God, is that a real person, or like?
You can assume it's a being of some kind.
Entity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's Cordan. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
The Demon Lord.
The demon. Okay.